Hello, hello, everybody. Oh, I should turn the music down a little bit. Yes, 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 chat. Yes. Hello, everybody. We are doing it live and alive.
What does that mean?
Live and alive. It means that we're doing things live, but we're also doing them alive.
You know, that's actually a reference to Short Circuit. Johnny 5 is live and alive. Okay. Alright.
I don't know what it's from. I've just have said
It's from a movie!
Yeah, it's just stuck in my brain. It is what it is. Hello, hello, everybody. There is so much happening. We will review the fight night tonight. It's so good to see each and every one of you at the Opp Block. I know it is late for some of us. I know it is early for some. Who's ready for some fun? Tonight. I am here. We are here, everybody. It's so nice to see everybody over here. Eric's Blue just chipped 1337.
Love you, Eric's Blue.
Thank you, Eric's Blue.
From that mid-ass
elite
final
of you.
fight, some actually good content. Thank you so much, Eric's Blue. We will have some good content for you guys tonight. I promise you, I swear to you, by the sun and the moons and the stars, I swear. We're going to have some good content for you tonight. We are going to talk about a little bit about that fight. We don't care about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. I'm going to be very honest with you, chat. I knew that shit was going to be ass after the second round.
That was pretty bad.
Jake Paul doesn't come out on top, like, getting gassed out by a fucking, like, geriatric man. That was just a rough fight by all metrics and all concerns. The women's fight was very, very good. However, chat, the Irish still cheat. There is no way. There is no fucking way.
Not getting away from the allegation.
No, there's no fucking way that. First off, the refs got it wrong. There were more than 3 headbutts. Every clinch, there was a small headbutt. You saw this leaning in the crown. So, for those who don't know, Falgi is how do we say this? Likes boxing. From one cringe way of watching Hajime no Ippo as a child. Oh, Quantum PZ donated the 20.
Quantum. Thank you.
This better be good. I stopped gaming to this. Also, hey Q, Greg, Soigi in chat.
Hi, Quantum.
It will be good, Quantum. It will be good, I promise.
It'll be something anyway.
It'll be something. We will get to everything that's been going on.
I want to note that the best part about that fight was literally Tyson's ass is gonna generate so many memes.
Tyson's ass being live on stream is the funniest thing. Netflix did it right. So, yes, we had the couple different fights. The first guys fight wasn't that good in my opinion. The second one was pretty all right. The women's fight, fucking bonkers amazing. The women's fight was so good. The headbutting is bullshit. I am so annoyed by that fucking shit. I'm still upset by it. It is some of the things that bother me so much. She's constantly leaning with the crown of her head when she's clinching. There is not a lot you can do because hitting behind the neck, where the spinal column is a big no-no in boxing. And headbutting to cause an injury, and you're known to be a dirty fighter, it's not something you want on your record. But the Irish stay losing. I don't know if I can know. No, I have nothing against the Irish. I have nothing against the Irish. It was just like, it was a bad one.
Am I at work or in a small room? Why? I'm actually at home. I'm on my better mic. Does my mic not sound better?
It sounds
might be because you're on the floor.
Yeah, I think you're on the
I'm
floor.
not on
buddy.
the floor. I'm not on the floor. What?
Are you in your chair?
I'm in my chair. Yeah.
Oh, then
You
you
are
might have
echoey,
the
yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were on the floor
echoey?
because your back wasn't acting up. You might have a different mic on if you plugged in something else.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So chat, you may be asking who won. Chat, Jake Paul kind of won. And it's a weird kind of, because he's a 27-year-old fighting against Mike Tyson, who was...
Echoey.
Mike Tyson
Echoey.
is 58. He is out of his prime, has no legs, and only would have won in the first 2 rounds. Going the distance in that fight, they weren't allegedly supposed to knock each other out. Allegedly. I don't think Paul had the ability to knock him out. It's a lot harder going up weight classes than going down weight classes with punching power associated.
Paul did not have the striking power to knock Tyson out.
He didn't.
Because the difference is that Paul was fighting someone who was an experienced professional fighter, where everyone he's fought has been retired MMA guys, and it's a totally different form of fighting.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I talked about it before that Tyson's biggest detriment was going to be his knees.
Yes,
that was it. That was good. Like, that was his big weakness. Actually, the biggest weakness was his inability to get in close from Paul's reach, and he wasn't willing to commit to that. You can call that a I don't know. I did think Paul was scared of Tyson, though.
I kind of want to tempt fate, but I don't want to. If I can find a clip, I will tempt fate.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you would find stills, I feel like stills might.
Yeah, I think stills might be the way to do it. Just because I would play it with no audio.
Even then, like,
you're still tempting fate. Yeah, don't tempt fate.
I don't want to tempt.
Not
fate
for Jake
way.
Paul.
No.
Yeah, you're tempt fate for Jake Paul. What the fuck?
Yeah. No stills have come out yet of it.
Have a good stream. I'm headed to bed. Have a good night.
Bye, horror and hellfire.
Have a nice night. But yes. So chat, we are here for one reason and one reason only. Things have transpired in the DOGPACK universe. A very interesting video, like, somewhat stealth dropped today. We will go over it. But everybody, welcome back to the Opp Block, and Westside Tyler, do the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Opp Block.
Thank you so much, Westside Tyler. Hello, Cloudy. Ow, I just hit my head. Hello.
Hi, Wazowski.
Hi, Wazowski. How you guys doing? Hello, everybody.
I'm all right. Are you asking us or asking the chat?
No, I was asking the chat. I know how you're doing.
Okay.
We were literally watching a fight together.
I mean, yeah. I mean, also weird. Don't mix Hennessy and Dr. Pepper together.
Why are you mixing a Hennessy and Dr. Pepper together when your back hurts?
His back's hurting. He's trying to.
My back is hurting.
Stop!
Yeah.
Don't self-medicate with alcohol.
Why not?
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. Or he'll do it harder.
Chat. Let's have a conversation.
You don't want to introduce us?
We are joined by my lovely friends, Q's Hood Ornament.
I hurt my back again.
And you know him. He's here. He's everywhere. It's Uncool Greg.
Algie told us this was going to start in 45, which means 45 minutes, not at 45.
Okay,
so
I
was about
said-
to do some other shit.
I want to know, whenever Falgi introduces me, he never says that you love him or whatever. He just says it's me. Like, I'm like, God, I guess Falgi does. I guess we know who the favorite co-host here, and it's fucking Greg.
It's-
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know. Jesus Christ.
You have to understand.
Get dunked on Q, I guess.
No, but you have to understand. You reciprocate love. Greg doesn't. And until Greg reciprocates the love, I have to keep doing it. Oh, yeah. No. But more importantly, a video has come out from one Sagi Cereal. Sagi Cereal is a channel with approximately 253K subscribers. Yes, I know Beckett just went live. Everyone wanted to cover this after the fight. I know Diorio covered this during the fight. God bless him. But yeah, so a video has come out from YouTuber Sagi Cereal. Sagi Cereal has approximately 253K subscribers. He originally put out like a YouTube slop video and took it down, from what I understand. And we will get to a couple different things in this video, but this video is very interesting. It's gonna do a lot of things. I will be very truthful as going through this video.
Are you gonna
DOGPACK.
show your screen?
Yes, I am in about like 20 seconds. I'm making. I'm sizing everybody up. You little pieces of shit.
Size me up.
I'm sizing you down so the chat can see the video. Chat, I'm gonna be honest. I do think that this video is pretty good. I've done a little bit of pre-watching. Falgi's done pre-watching for once. He knows what's gonna happen. I will be very real. DOGPACK be looking like dog shit once again. And we love that. We be smoking on that good pack. We be smoking on that DOGPACK. But yes. Did this girl close the door on me? I can't believe her, chat.
Talking too loud.
I do not talk loud. I talk at a very reasonable decibel level. But it's okay, chat. So, one's in the chat if you're ready after I grab some water.
He's making piss.
He's making piss.
I'm not making piss.
He's making it taken.
Sounds like him. He's gonna make piss.
I'm tired. That fight exhausted me. I wasn't even there. I wasn't even in it.
I wasn't even there, and I was just depressed by it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It was tough watching an old man get beat up by a kid.
He didn't even get beat up, really. Not really.
He lost though.
He lost by four connections. I wouldn't really consider it a loss.
It's a lot.
I mean, I guess technically you can say it's a loss,
But it's also an exhibition match, so like it doesn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We are back. We are here. We are queer. We are everywhere. Let's get into it, chat.
Back on everything that we're saying.
Well, because you're trying to fire me, and I want to work at this company.
I'm the
They have DOGPACK'S apparent exit interview. I want to point that out. Chat, if you don't know what we're listening to, it is apparently Dawson, aka DOGPACK'S termination MP3.
That is amazing.
Yeah, they don't normally record these, but I guess if it's certain situations, they will, just to be like, if there's like legal ramifications from a disgruntled employee.
Oh,
type
there's
Almost
a lot.
Like they were expecting it.
There's a lot, and I want to like when the time comes, there will obviously they're streaming now, but there's like a large shout out to Beckett from Cope and Seed, because yes, Cope and Seed.
Let's see.
Fauci going live in 1 minute beta. What? Yeah. I said, hey, dude, you're up. You're in Germany. This is such
Feel free to join us if you
Feel
have
free to
anything
join
say.
us if you want to be
Yeah,
awake.
if you want to get in here, dude, yeah.
Yeah, be a good co-host for once. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
No. Do know this, I love her.
Damn.
pushing back on everything that we're saying.
Well, because you're trying to fire me, and I want to work at this company.
I'm the CEO of this company. If I'm talking, don't interrupt.
And I've been trying to get to this point of working on Mr. Beast for a long time. Can I please have a second chance?
You were the manager of Dawson, or DOGPACK 404.
I was the manager of DOGPACK 404 for a time being.
If you had to describe the working
out
conditions
Liquid Death.
when Dawson was working with you in ideation with one word.
So this is something really interesting. I guess I'll go to it now. When Beckett was working on his video, from what I remember, one of the things was he kept trying to ask, hey, DOGPACK, what did you do on YouTube, on Mr. Beast's channel, all this shit? And essentially, DOGPACK was like, you'd never find what I did on YouTube. And
What does that mean?
exactly.
Yeah, what
It's
the
like,
fuck do
maybe
you
you did
mean?
nothing. Like, why are you being overly cryptic? And I think this video illuminates a lot of maybe why he was overly cryptic. And we've seen like the stuff from like his 5-head shit and all that. It's very interesting. We're gonna kind of get into it. Let's dive in.
What word would it be?
I would say it was depressing.
The war crime stuff that
That's
was
what's
a joke. Why did you
depressing.
make that
Working
Jesus
with him was
Christ.
depressing.
Like,
joke?
Yeah.
there are
This guy's-
so many words you could use. How do you describe working as a person? Combative, unresponsive, lazy. But to say fucking depressing?
Well, this is something also too. Right off the bat, what is the stark difference between DOGPACK'S videos and Sagi Cereal's video? Does anyone know?
I don't remember.
I don't, yeah.
These are actual people and
Oh, yeah.
employees
Okay,
that we
that's
can
right.
tie back to. They're not just random quotes of people that are like kind of afraid to speak, which very fair if they are, but they're also disgruntled former employees. These are real people talking in interviews. We can certifiably tie them to the jobs they did. And very, very interesting. Again, this was a producer at Mr. Beast. These are other producers and other roles at Mr. Beast, or formerly were, that are speaking out, not necessarily in favor of Mr. Beast, but against DOGPACK and obviously Jake Whittle.
Shout out to Dustin and his hair beard combo. Dude is looking sick.
Yep,
That is a
Real-
hell of a beard.
it is a hell of a beard, and that's a labor of love. And we do love labors of love here at the Opp Block.
Actively right now, by the videos that Dawson is making, he is actively hurting the philanthropy that is helping thousands and millions of lives.
Oh, so you want to cheaply manipulate people by imitating content
Oh
cop?
God, we're doing
I'll
a content
show you
cop
imitating
thing.
content cop.
Oh boy.
What we do here is go back.
For those who may be too young to remember, this is like an iDubbbz. Content Cup was iDubbbz.
I'm not too young. I just never watched this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too cringe. I do think it's making fun of the fact that he is calling himself iDubbbz. It's just like, looking back at it now, I do find iDubbbz's old content to be cringe. I have comments about people who think him doing new things is weird. I also think he's still weird, but that's for a different video.
I think YouTube skits cringe. YouTube skits parroting of their YouTube skits another degree deeper into cringe.
Yeah, but I mean, this is funny for what it is.
Fuck.
Yeah, skateboard. Third creator clash has been announced. Maybe they can find the money for that one this time.
There it is. That's all the money.
Fighters. He almost looks like I do.
Hey my
too.
good
It's crazy.
Cereal, as most of you have probably guessed by now, this video won't just be about this alleged fraudulent and manipulative asshole, it'll also be about this confirmed fraudulent and manipulative asshole.
How's the audio,
DOGPACK
guys?
404, also known as Dawson
I would turn
French,
this a little
and
bit.
his victims of manipulation. For the people who have not been exposed to his propaganda yet, DOGPACK 404 or Dawson French is an ex-Mr. Beast employee who worked
Oh,
there for
God.
about 3 weeks.
Again, literally barely worked there for 20 fucking days. Insane to me every time I see the metric.
and after being fired, made or worked on videos filled with lies about Mr. Beast.
God,
And I
no,
became
not
Surprised.
Greg.
He spent more time. What?
Dude, go on.
He spent more time complaining and malding and seething about Mr. Beast than he actually did working there.
Pretty much. It's just like the amount of time he spent shitting on Mr. Beast has been so much. It's just weird. It's just so bizarre.
Suspicious of DOGPACK404 after he called me overdramatic for not wanting to
So reading these, let's read these a little bit.
Serious
of
DOGPACK404 after
he says, personally, I would find the Mr. Deep in depth more intriguing. Sagi Cereal, I guess, had a conversation with him in 07/24, July 27th. Yeah, but with all the uncertainty and refutability of specific proof right now, this could put me in both legal and financial trouble and ruin my channel, which I'm not looking forward to. I guess this is Sagi asking and commenting, hey, you said these things. I would like to know if you can back them up. If you can't, I'm not reporting on them. This DOGPACK then saying, hey, I enjoy your content. I don't want to screw you over, which is why I'm being upfront with all this. However, I think you're being over dramatic, LOL.
I do.
I do.
I do. Doobie doobie doo. How are you? We're gonna hear some do now.
They're gonna say some DOGPACK.
Doobie doobie doo. How are you? We're gonna get some DOGPACK. You know we gotta Scooby Doo. We gotta do the thing.
Stop.
And I'm just waiting for her to
Oh my
speak.
God.
Stop.
That buddy.
Stop.
It's too late for this.
You're missing.
It's
the moment's
it's
passed.
never too late. Is it too late now to say sorry?
It's too late to
fucking hate
apologize.
you.
It's too late.
So again, this is DOGPACK being very fucking weird, telling people, oh, what I'm doing isn't like fucking slanderous at all. What a dumbass.
he called me overdramatic for not wanting to spread serious accusations with unsubstantiated
yeah, this is just unsubstantiated
evidence.
proof.
As well as because he tried to silence me
What
with
do?
Threats of slander after I started suspecting as well
Uh,
as because he tried to silence me with threats of
He said, all right, okay, so this is 10/16, so this is October 16th of this year. All right, big dog, good talk. I'm still gonna cook you.
Last month.
Sure, got the receipts enough to prove my innocence. I can give them, actually. But sure, man, if you want to go down the path of slandering me, do it.
slander after I started suspecting him of lying. So in this video, I will be debunking close to every accusation he and the people he manipulated have made.
I wouldn't say manipulate. Rosanna Pansino was not manipulated.
Word. She wanted a reason to go after Mr.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah.
DOGPACK just gave her a reason.
Yeah, so it's like...
Saying manipulated or that they're victims is a bit
yeah,
too kind
that's
to
a
them.
bit excessive.
Yeah. Because it's very clear that no one in this scenario... And it's very funny how that surprise witness is getting away for this. Like, she has somehow gotten away because she's so unpopular and, like, not a part of the story anymore. Which I think is hilarious.
Who is Jake Weddle in this? Have we covered him at all?
Jake Weddle was the guy.
He was the former employee that got CIA tortured, he claims.
Yeah, like, and he wanted, what was it, $100,000, and he took 50 because he needed it for reasons.
But then when Mr. Beast found out that he was still struggling for money, apparently tried to give him money because he felt bad, because he apparently legitimately felt bad about it. It is... Bro, this is a weird scenario I do not fucking understand. And going into Mr. Beast and paying people, there is a story in here that will be very weird, and I'm confused by it, but we'll get there. But again, Jake...
I can hear you now.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I do.
Hello, dude.
I am here
to expose
Expose
the
what?
soy
The soy.
that
what?
is Falgi.
Okay, go
The
on.
piss lasagna himself.
Okay, okay,
That's what we call him behind his back.
okay. What's going on, Do? How you doing? How am I soy, Do?
I'm waking up, you know.
Okay.
I'm waking up, thinking I was staying up yesterday because I was like, oh, it's my weekend, you know, the days where I can enjoy stream. And I was like, oh, okay, no streaming today apparently. Okay, that's fine. And then I wake up. Hey guys, going live in 1 minute. Tee, lol.
How is that me
Fuck
being
you.
soy?
Fuck you.
We do it live,
Fuck
dude.
you, that's why.
Fuck you, do.
Fuck you yourself.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I do.
Hey. Hi, Greg. Hi, Q.
Hey.
Love you.
I do.
Oh, let's get back into the news.
But Sagi, are you going to glaze the
What are you talking
Mr.
about?
Beast, Sagi?
So this video came out by Sagi Cereal
Today.
literally 5 hours ago.
Sagi Cereals myself.
I will say, cooking, DOGPACK is an understatement. This royally just fucks him. Like
I thought DOGPACK was already cooked and burned.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah,
It's real bad.
Apparently, it's not great.
Somehow it got worse.
To take
It's
right
amazing,
the
it always gets
largely
worse.
owning
Is the bad comedian finally dead?
Two?
What?
What bad comedian? There's many.
The one that got paid by Mr. Beast, you know, the only one who got money from Mr. Beast in the full
He's
situation.
not dead. He will never die. That is a joke. Ha ha ha! It's a joke. Jake Whittle is fine.
Cringe.
Is Jake Whittle a comedian?
Yes.
Supposedly.
It's this guy. This guy's Jake Whittle.
I honestly have not heard.
Comedian I've ever
comedian,
seen.
anyways.
No, that's
Listen, I'm German. I have not high standards for comedy. But
let's go.
Sex offender hiring Mr. Beast, Soggy. No. See, I think we can all agree that Lunchly, kinda cringe. Logan Paul KSI collab, kinda, that's a yikes out of 10, okay? And the fucking mold situation, that is this.
Yeah, okay. I think that's like the thing. Nobody refutes that Mr. Beast and his business practices are kind of fucking weird and abhorrent.
Or shitty or sketchy.
Or sketchy. I thought about covering the CoffeeZilla video that came out on Mr. Beast. So for those who don't know, CoffeeZilla did put out a video on Mr. Beast.
Kind of boring, kind of dry.
It's
a lot of numbers. My eyes glazed over.
It's not just that. It's the long and short of it is, hey, crypto is crypto's unregulated. There's a lot of there's insider trading in
we
crypto.
Also know that.
And hey, Mr. Beast's wallet manager is also what you would consider maybe the Wolf of Wall Street for crypto, because he's literally written a book on how to get rich quick on crypto. So and Mr. Beast is tied into a lot of the heads of many crypto market things. So it's like, oh,
invest now.
Yeah. It's I don't have extensive crypto knowledge, but the ones I do have, it's doing what crypto does best, making money quick and then you pull out. But none of it has been allegedly
all your money on Dogecoin.
Yeah, none of it has been provably malicious at all. It just literally seems like they're doing the market thing of pulling out super early when the coin costs a lot, because they know it's not going to cost much very long. It's just how it is. Let's get back into it.
Disgustingly messed up, and I'm never eating that shit in my life. But that doesn't mean that just because this spiteful, vengeful ghoul accuses Mr. Beast of intentionally hiring a registered sex offender, that he actually did. Yeah, let's talk about the lie spun by DOGPACK and Jake Whittle.
Oh,
that
the
Mr.
Delaware
Beast
shit.
knowingly hired a registered sex offender, and while working at the company would refer to him by covert codename Delaware because of the crimes he committed there, and as a result is not allowed to go back into the state of Delaware, and that Mr. Beast higher-ups
Imagine
somehow like a computer firm.
Imagine your nickname being the place that you can no longer go to because you're a registered sex offender.
was fake. His name is Delaware because he is from Delaware.
Yeah.
Well, it's fake.
Fake news.
I mean, the registration is real.
I know,
the
but I
other
have something
stuff is
to say.
fake for specific reasons.
Are using that nickname because they enjoy messed up insider jokes like that.
When I was there, they called him Delaware. He's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't
I
know.
hate his
Apparently, they
mustache.
called him Delaware.
Yeah.
Because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. That's his nickname?
And you're not allowed near
Colloquially?
schools.
Like, yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask him why. You know.
I
that
just
he knew
realized this
because
man is
he'll-
wearing a poop.org t-shirt.
Yeah, isn't this one of his comedic bits?
I don't know. He's
Because
not
he's
very
really
funny.
poop.
He's
He's
very
don't-
not funny.
I
He's got
hate
the-
his hair. His hair
He's got the
annoys
candor
me.
that like he's trying, like
It's
he's telling
only
the story
funny
as
when
if
he
it's
has
a
nervous
comedy.
breakdowns.
Mhm.
That's not because he's making a joke.
Oh, we'll get to those.
be in videos.
Yay.
And whenever he's wearing a mask.
Just saying that out loud makes it sound like a contrived side plot in a badly written Netflix series, since state banishments are extremely rare. Most recent one I found was a 1-year Kentucky banishment in the year 2000. Luckily, the real story is much more boring.
It was on his fucking Best Buy t-shirt. That's why they called him Delaware. Best Buy called him Delaware.
He was the Geek Squad.
Yeah, well, that's what they found they hired a bunch of people at like a fucking Best Buy. That's a lot of people found this video very quickly. Luna Fina Alcorn says, also the mold thing, my friend used to work in shipping. She said it's not uncommon for piss poor storage to be the cause of that, especially with Prime not needing to be refrigerated. The Lunchly stuff, from what I understand, is shitty business practices.
Yeah, I chalk that up to like this is all everyone's first time handling food that needs to be refrigerated or in dairy product and shit like that.
Not very good.
Cheese need to be refrigerated. What a new concept.
Yeah, from what I and it's also the glue used, the sealant is very not proper and degradates. So like that's how mold is getting in. Or like specifically air that is allowing the moisture that's allowing mold to form, excuse me. So that's, again, I also chalk that up to them being shitty business people that want to do it for as cheap as humanly possible,
as quick as possible, as cheap as possible, and then dump it, move on to something else. Like that's all of their business practices.
Again, it's like being mad. You cannot like capitalism. I'm one of those people that don't necessarily like capitalism, but being mad at capitalism for capitalism's sake is just like a weird thing.
Fucking commie.
Yeah. It's you're fucking screaming into the void. Nobody cares. And they hire people to deal with that. And guess what? The people they hired fucked up because they told the people to do it for cheap. And so they did do it for cheap. It's just how it is.
See, according to a non-anonymous MrBeast employee, Dustin Harris, who has been working at MrBeast for about 6 years and went rogue because he couldn't stand Jimmy not responding to all of the misinformation being spread about not just Jimmy or the MrBeast company, but also about his own friends and colleagues. Well, he explained that Delaware was once a store manager at Jimmy's.
Again, a certifiable person whose history you can look up with the company, as well as you can just find him on the internet. You can ask him questions. You can ask for clarification. You're not hiding your sources because they don't want to come out when people just want clarity to certain things because certain things don't make sense. Weird. Weird how these people have to speak out because you're fucking up the story.
Local Best Buy, which
Imagine
for the
asking
people who don't know,
questions.
Best Buy is a
Yeah. Again, they found people at a Jimmy's local Best Buy and hired them. That is how they got employees. It's a well-known video. Fucking weird video. I mean, cool, but also weird. Hire people that know how to do the job, but I digress.
$20 billion valued electronics retailer company with stores all over the US. I mean that when Jimmy was 19 and first started blowing up on YouTube, Jimmy realized he needed employees to improve his content.
I always forget
So,
how young
as
MrBeast is.
Yeah, I mean, he blew up very young.
Dumbass, impulsive 19-year-old randomly thrown into fame, he went to his local Best Buy and asked its employees if they wanted to work for him. Naively thinking that a multi-billion
Imagine
dollar
just
company would
working your job,
Yeah.
you know, at Best Buy, at your grocery store. So it was, hey, I am a big YouTuber. You wanna work for me?
Sure.
I'm a big deal on YouTube.
I'm a big deal on YouTube.
I'm a big deal on YouTube.
I don't think you've
Wanna
heard
work for
me. My name is
please?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Breast.
Mr.
You're gonna be stocking my chocolate bars here one day.
Yeah, my chocolate's gonna be here. You're gonna look at my Fortnite skins.
I mean, what a crazy origin story.
It is.
at least made sure to not hire criminals and especially to not hire a registered sex offender as store
To be
manager.
fair, I know it's bad, but as a 19-year-old, I don't think you really think about that.
Well, that was the thing too, was
It was irresponsible. Yes, it was bad. But again, when I look at his age at that time, he should have had someone who takes care of that.
well, that's
No.
again, this is again one of those things where Best Buy, a national company, would have done a background search on this guy,
You wouldn't exactly that
and they
you-
would have been able to find him.
You wouldn't think your Best Buy has a registered sex
offender,
working
yeah.
for them.
And there's no way a 19-year-old with no business acumen at the time, without like a real formed company, would have had the resources to look him up. Should they have of? Hey, K-Huck, how you doing?
Yo, K-Huck.
Hey. Should they have looked him up? 100%. Like 1,000%. Not looking him up is fucking weird. But like,
But if this is your fifth or sixth hire, like I understand
Mhm.
For a 19-year-old fresh business exploding, blah blah blah. I can understand how they didn't, but
Mhm.
but I feel like regular standard background checks are more common than not. But I understand. I understand why it's not a they saw this and hired him anyway versus they just didn't do it because they're dumb kids.
Young and dumb.
Yeah. And again, this doesn't excuse it, but it's recognizing why it happened. If DOGPACK can prove that other registered sex offenders or sex criminals are hired by Mr. Beast, then it would be a completely different story. Or if it was a culture of constant sexual harassment, different story. But that's something he's never been able to prove. Because even with Delaware present, nothing was proved about his involvement with underage individuals or anything like that while working at Mr. Beast. That was something he never covered. And so it's like, it's you give that information, but that information is actually a nothing burger. In the context of nothing happened. It sucks. K-Huck, all the best love to you. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks for stopping by.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's still really bad, and they need to answer for that. And they kind of did in the prepared statement in the last stream we did on this. It's weird. Do I believe Mr. Beast 100%? No. And you shouldn't. That is not the point. Is DOGPACK back in the house?
Back in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Back in the,
DOGPACK is. I'm not gonna lie. He chained up. He chained up to like a tree right now. He doesn't even get a house.
He's chained up in the basement.
Yeah, like I do.
Rosanna got him a new shirt and a new doghouse.
Now, right now, DOGPACK is getting the old and terrible treatment. I don't like it. I think people who do that is kind of like are shitty people. Getting that old fucking treatment of a dog pisses on the carpet, you rub your dog's face in it, which you should never do, by the way. That is not how you teach a dog to not pee in your home.
Yeah,
because
you don't
it's
do
not
it
the
that
dog's
way.
fault. But that is literally what's happening right now. This is he's getting his face smeared in the shit that he made.
So whose fault is it that DOGPACK shat in the house?
Societies.
society.
Really?
Well, remember, he's an iPad kid. He can't be responsible for anything he's ever done in his life.
I hate that reason.
That's the most. He said it on his exit interview.
I know, and I hate it.
He's insane.
Listen, I blame Big Apple.
Oh my god, I blame Big Apple.
Steve Jobs, you know what you did.
It was Steve Jobs.
Yeah, cancer did one thing right, I guess. I don't know.
18-year-old Mr. Beast didn't
Oh,
do background.
Christ, dude.
I had cancer.
how
I
dare
can
you-
make these jokes. They're my
How
jokes.
dare you speak about a billionaire like
you're
that?
the cancer
You're
man.
die.
Literally, it's my jokes.
You didn't
Falgi.
even die.
Falgi is
Yeah.
the ant-
Yeah, I
Falgi
didn't
is
die because I didn't fucking put my asshole to the sun and hope that it would cure me.
Falgi is the anti.
I am the
Don't
anti for
contact your
cancer.
asshole? Damn. That's
Why
strange.
didn't I do the sunspotting for my asshole for my cancer? That would not have worked.
You would have
But
gotten
you
different
would have been
sunspots.
I
nicely
would have
brown
gotten
ass.
different sunspots.
But you would have had
Yes.
a nicely brown ass.
Yeah.
Was that stupid? Yes. Is Delaware a piece of shit?
Yes.
Should Jimmy take responsibility for making that mistake?
Yes.
Yes. But it wasn't this fucked up master plan by Jimmy to intentionally hire an RSO. It was a dumb mistake by an inexperienced adolescent
Jimmy looked
starting
up
up
all
a
the
business.
sex
And
offenders
you don't
in
need to
this
take
area
mine or
hired them.
Dustin's word for it. If someone
believe
did
it.
but a shred of research, you'd find this still publicly available, almost 7-year-old video on
Again,
the Mr. Beast channel.
7
where
years
you can see
old
Delaware
almost.
as the Best Buy store manager before he was hired at Mr. Beast. And guess what nickname was embroidered on his Best Buy uniform?
Delaware. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Delaware.
I kind of hate.
That was hard investigative research.
What do you hate? What do you hate, Greg?
I hate the presentation of this video.
Really?
Yeah,
Why are his lips so wet?
I don't
I don't know.
hate.
I don't know. Why is he European, dude?
Damn.
Imagine being
Damn.
European.
I don't necessarily
I
hate
could
the
never.
presentation. I think it's just the style of commentary that is
That I don't
different.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we've
what I don't
aged
like
a
about
little bit out of it for me.
it. I feel like it almost it kind of circumvents your point in a sense. Like I'm paying more attention to the way you're putting this information out to me than I am the information, which is
Are you
kind of
saying
doing
you're
a disservice to
autistic,
it.
Greg?
I'm not. I'm saying I'm not autistic enough to handle it. I don't have the ADHD to to see the through line here.
Greg, let's just go on. This video's good. I like this video.
Train.
I don't
That
like
low-
it yet. There's nothing
He has
like
the
I said.
Greg is
He,
high
he hasn't
standards.
grabbed
Okay,
me.
nothing can make him.
Okay, let him
Yeah,
grab you later.
That is true. I don't
Call
want
him
him to grab me.
Delaware, because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. You know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask.
Look at that
For
mask.
people thinking that he still works at Mr. Beast, no, he was fired over half a decade ago. Now, Dogpack.
He was
Oh, yes,
fired
and then they will.
about 5-ish years ago, if not more. That means he was fired at least a year after that fucking video from the Best Buy.
Do you think people are? Do you think DOGPACK'S really mad because someone stole his jaw?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, wow.
I'm sorry.
Are you making a Leafy is Here reference? In the year of our Lord 2024?
I'm just saying, like, where is this man's jaw?
It's gone. It's gone like his career.
Someone stole it.
It's gone like the
Mr.
rest of
B
his
stole
career.
his jaw.
Mr. B stole his jaw.
Before you
No.
say something along the lines of, what about the recording we showed from a real Mr. Beast employee talking about Delaware? Do you really want me to go into detail about how you and your cronies tricked an employee into saying what you wanted him to say to support your lies, and then you guys recording him and using that recording without his consent? Okay.
Excuse me? Nani the fuck? What? They did what?
You know what they did. You watched this video.
Can you
I know,
tell me
I
a bit
did.
about how long you worked at Mr. Beast?
Don't act like
I was
you're
at Mr.
surprised.
Beast.
Don't act
Sorry,
like-
I'm doing the acting that is severely
Yeah.
not coming from you!
He's like a theater
What
kid.
acting?
He's like,
We're acting great.
I
We're
cannot
reacting.
believe
What are
it.
you
No, but-
doing?
Well,
So again,
Fucking theater
what
kids.
the allegation is, and he is again interviewing a real person with a real name, is that the person who is in one of the recordings of DOGPACK videos talking about Delaware.
this is the guy.
This is the guy, and they recorded him without his consent.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
From
Just as
around
I
27.
always do.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in a what is it, single consent state?
Well, I don't know.
Morally, it's wrong.
So from what I remember, even if those laws don't cross federal lines, technically, if I remember correctly, but you'd have to quote me. Someone would have to clarify, because I think it
why
would
we
break
rather
federal
just
wiretap
morally.
laws.
Can
I
we
could
just
be
talk about
wrong.
morals instead of laws?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
The one here is the law
morals,
expert.
morals don't fuck you.
I think wiretap has to deal with like government agencies tapping into lines versus two people conversing and one person is
recording. It's like a
recording.
weird thing. I don't remember how it works. I believe if you're in a one-party consent and the other person's in a two-party consent, it's the other person's that matters. It's been a while since I looked it up.
17 to
Okay, no one cares.
2021.
Continue.
So you've worked there for 5 years and could be seen as a credible ex-employee.
Yep.
You're the person who we can hear talk about Delaware in the recording Dawson or DOGPACK 404 shows in his video.
Oh god.
Can you tell me a bit about how that happened?
Yeah. It was not to my knowledge that I was being recorded at all. You know, I have a friend who, you know, I worked with plenty of times outside of Mr. Beast. Just thought it was just like a normal call, just checking up on him, him checking up on me. And
So that means there's somebody connected that has been working with DOGPACK for a period of time that is getting this info.
We
So-
knew that though, or we
Yeah.
theorized that.
We theorized that. So there is an ex-employee who is assisting DOGPACK getting all this information,
The source.
which is
Theory
his source.
confirmed.
Yeah.
quote unquote
Yeah.
source. It's
Hashtag confirmed.
whoever they are, they're probably the smartest person for keeping their face out of
Yes.
this.
I was about to say because
We don't know who they are. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's very clear because this person worked from 2017 to 2021, which means that DOGPACK wasn't there until this past year.
Also, let's be real. If you think you talk to a friend,
Yeah.
it's very different than when you talk in an official interview. Like, I can talk shit about my job to friends.
Yeah,
You know, I will say some gossip maybe.
please do,
Something I just heard.
Yeah, please
But
tell
not
us
here.
what you gossip.
but not here,
Yeah,
obviously.
you know my office gossip.
Yeah.
But when you have an official interview about your job, you will think more about really just saying either what really happened or to make them look better, you know? But you
Yeah.
think more about what you say.
It's again, it's incredibly and incredulously malicious. That's what it is. Again, he comes off more as a disgruntled employee than an actual investigator. For the 11,000th time.
And, you know, when two people speak about old places, you know, there's drama, there's gossip, there's catching up, there's, you know, et cetera, whatever.
Just what I
And
just
then the
said.
next thing you know, 2 weeks later, DOGPACK releases like a 12 million view video where, you know, I just have a really crappy voice changer over my voice. And if you know me, like, you know it's me.
So was the entire call basically just rumors you were talking about with a friend?
Yeah, it's just a friend. We're just shooting the shit, and you know, we're just gossiping a lot, catching up on, you know, the current drama. Like it's just it is nothing crazy. Like
nothing you said had any actual facts behind it, as they try to construe in their video.
no, I don't. You know, I don't think any.
Jesus
Oh, that must be
Christ.
so uncomfortable for this man.
Yeah, this guy, he seems really like
imagine
he is
your
not comfortable in this conversation.
Yeah,
No.
imagine your job gossip comes out and you now have to explain. Yeah, I talk to friends. I just talk shit.
Well, yeah,
Talk shit with my
'cause-
boss.
Yeah, I'm talking shit about my boss. We're talking shit about Delaware, but we're also just talking about what he did and how he left, because he could have been liked. He could have been not liked at the company. People could have thought he was weird. There was a reason he was fired, which I will say this. They should have. This is where I think Mr. Beast has a lot to answer for. Mr.
Not
Beast
vetting his employees.
Well, no, not even just that. Mr. Beast should have released why Delaware was fired. That is my whole thing. There's still a lot to answer for when it comes to Ava Chris Tyson and
that whole thing
and all of that and that group. Even if it's a private group chat, still has to be answered for, because there's a whole big thing. The Discord server shit, you should still have answered for that in a way.
But she hasn't.
Right, because
yeah,
a lot of stuff hasn't been. But I will say this. Specifically when it comes to this, definitely we needed to know why this guy was fired. Because anybody can self-insert any kind of narrative into it.
I saw Nixon's comment. Dude memed too hard in private and it almost killed this company.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like really weird. Really weird.
The stuff that we were talking about really had any facts or like evidence. It was just water cooler talk.
Would you say them using the call recording unconsensually in their video has damaged you or your life in any way?
I should have at least reached out and be like, hey, what you said in this call.
Financially would be just a lie. You know, mentally, it's hurt me as well. I mean, I was manic and.
Philosopher, it seems to me that the guy with the accent that is making this video is leading the witness when he's asking questions. Leading the witness only counts in legal trials. Leading the witness means nothing in an interview. It's just what it is. He's also
Sustained.
asking,
Overruled.
He's only asking questions about how he feels and making conjectures. When you're talking about leading a witness, that is for them to make conclusions that they would not have reached by themselves. But there could have been pre-interview questions and beats that they want to touch on. Which is very common in interviewing as well. They could have had a conversation and been like, hey, I feel this way, and this way. And then they expand upon the interview and do stuff like that. Yeah, this is just keeping them on point. But it doesn't get full honest answers. That's not entirely true. That's wrong.
And that also is dependent on the nature of the interview itself. Like,
Yes.
is he actually trying to pry information, or is he trying to get the beats from his story correctly in the form of an interview?
It depends really much on from person to person.
Yeah. Because the other thing too is this is also translating information that this person has about their experience into a format that is useful for the video. That's the other thing too. Lawyers are not being entertaining when getting facts from a witness. Interviewers kind of have to be in a way. He's also not really putting things he's not leading him down a different path, because this gentleman clearly is uncomfortable and said, I was recorded without my consent, and things like that. It's not to yell at anybody. It's just one of those things where it's like, in this case, this is not leading the witness. This is just so for the interviewee to be on point.
Crazy for about a month month and a half trying to just watch relationships like fall through my fingers. You know, I lost someone that like was pretty close to me as well. You know, it just wasn't a good scene. So financially and mentally, it really messed me up.
Do you feel in any way like tricked, deceived, or used?
I mean, yeah. To say that I felt tricked or used is an understatement. Like they knowingly came and did this. You know, I had like 3 or 4 contacts call me the night that it dropped, and I was watching the whole video trying to figure out like
if you don't
what they were
know.
talking about. And when it got to that recording, my stomach just like sank.
All because of a call that they unconsensually recorded, which you clarified was basically rumors and gossip.
Yeah. I didn't want to be involved with, didn't even know what was going on, that, you know, I was just thrown into unconsensually. And yeah, you said it, man. I just it threw a pretty big wall up in the progress of my life, and I didn't feel like that was needed, and pretty upset.
But then, what about Jake the
I think that that's crazy that not only, like, yeah, it's a poor voice changer and stuff like that. It is stuff that they couldn't identify was certifiably true or not. And it did directly impact this guy's financials and things. I'll be very honest. If that gentleman can prove that that being recorded without consent affected him financially, that may be grounds for a legal case.
Sure, yeah.
It would be grounds for a lawsuit.
He would have to name the person he was talking to.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's willing to do that. And that's a bunch of other here's and there's type of thing.
Yeah.
Vikings tweet about Jimmy's mom literally allowing her then barely of age son to knowingly be in contact with and hire a pedophile. First of all, have you thought about just how fucking absurd that sounds? And second, Jake the Viking is a shitty person and untrustworthy. Even DOGPACK'S friends
like no one has thought that this guy was any fucking good. Like Jake Whittle, nobody thought was good. Jake the Viking, nobody thought was good. Because it's like
all the Jakes.
I don't even know that name. I don't even know
Jake the Viking. His brother-in-law was Delaware.
Yeah, and he was the one who always said Jimmy knew.
Jimmy knew this entire time.
You know too, fuck ass.
I know. It was so weird. It's so weird.
Not a good guy, and that's just an opinion based on his actions in my eyeballs.
Wow, DOGPACK and Jake Weddle falsely implying Mr. Beast intentionally hired a registered sex offender and created a nickname to joke about it within the company to then try back up their baseless claims by tricking an employee and recording him without consent? That's pretty messed up, Sagi. Yahoo! That'd be as shameless as falsely accusing someone of committing war crimes against the Geneva Convention.
Am I right yet about the presentation?
Yeah, we are old people. We're old.
Okay.
We are all old. I will give him the benefit. This is a style of content that we have all grown out of.
I would say I'm old, so I cringe easily.
I'm older than you. Shut up.
Also, remember,
in my soul, I'm older.
So this is something for those who don't remember. Jake Whittle, when explaining the contest that essentially made him leave Beast Co. or sour. No, he had left Beast Company, and then he got brought back on. And what soured him on Beast Co. was this like weird like prison experiment contest thing. And he kept saying that he was sleep deprived, and they broke the Geneva Convention. And
the
it's
Geneva
like,
Convention.
yes, he claimed that it was war crimes.
Don't make fun of him. He was tortured.
Yes, but we'll get there.
Challenge where you'd earn $10,000 a day and can quit whenever you want and still keep the accumulated prize money up until that point. During a time where we have multiple countries actively at war in the world with millions of people suffering because of it. Oh, wait.
And I go up to my friend, my good friend. He goes, "What? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists." Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
You know what?
Jake Leto feels like a chore to be around.
Yeah.
He seems like very exhausting.
Yeah.
How can you break a war crime if you aren't at war? You can still break them.
I can still commit war crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could like.
I shouldn't say that.
You actually need to take the. You need to run
Dude,
that back.
you shouldn't
a
be
little.
saying that.
You
Dude,
need to
don't say
rewind
that. Dude.
Okay, so no. But like
say it pretty fast.
acts of
Sherman can't say that.
acts of terror would be considered war crimes. To be fair, because like you're not supposed to attack civilians. You're not supposed to booby trap. Maybe don't booby trap beepers.
I booby trap my yacht all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Don't.
But don't say that. But like you can break crimes against humanity outside of wartime. They could still touch the Geneva Convention. It's just not considered a wartime crime, I would guess. I am not a wartime legislator. I would
You're not? What?
I don't really have a background in that. I would have to do more research. But like kind of
Why are you wearing that helmet that says news on it?
I
don't
hate you.
understand.
I hate you so much. But more importantly, Jake Weddle, you had the option to leave. You just had the option to leave at any time. It's not how that works, you stupid idiot. And you get paid. You fucked. Oh.
Dustin about that, because ironically enough, Dustin is the good friend of Jake Weddle who made those war crime comments. And I can prove it with Jake Weddle's own words.
One of my dear friends who I believe I lost is the same guy who did the war crime joke.
This was for a game. Was this all explained beforehand and consented to? Yes. Yes. It's the whole thing. It was another like challenge thing that was to be filmed. It was consented to. Like that's it. Like yes, could they have done it poorly? Yeah, and I do believe some of the internal reports about the certain beast things where people didn't get medical supplies right away or sanitary products right away, like things like that. 100% I believe that. That I have no reason not to believe. It's just this is not what it works. Again, it's not a fucking war crime, you stupid idiot.
Which turned out to not be a joke. He got injured at Mr. Beast, and that's because of Viking. On that shoot, everybody else had to stay behind and clean up. And Viking said, fuck that, let's just throw all of this over the side of the mountain, like littering in a national park. And my good dear friend, who I kept saying was one of the good people over there, said, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that. And Viking said, watch me. And he did it. But my friend gathered up all the stuff he could to make sure there was just that much less
You're a
litter.
good friend.
And that's a really good thing to do. He carried everything he could down the mountain, and he broke his ankle. They said, you were carrying too much stuff, right? Yes, he was. Because that guy's a saint.
And blame me for our friend Dustin. I'll use names, unlike you.
Oh god, it's Cam Nuggets. It's Gooner Cam Nuggets, everybody. It's Gooner Extreme.
It's not about Cam Nuggets.
I locked in on that mustache like right before you said it. That's crazy.
That's so fucking weird. It's
I mustache check everyone.
Oh yeah. Also, Jake the Viking is like a piece of shit. Like it's like very obvious. So it's really, really funny. It's just like everybody is a piece of shit in this story.
No, if you forget who he is,
There's no good person in this story.
There isn't.
There's no hero here.
Oh my god.
Our friend Dustin falling and breaking his leg.
The Viking would be so sexy if he
Now,
wasn't
why would
himself.
someone who Jake Weddle himself, who is clearly against Mr. Beast, describes as one?
Yes, they are claiming that Jake the Viking littered in a national park, which is fucking stupid. God fucking damn it. I don't know any of the characters mentioned in the last 5 minutes. Natsurai, you're a saint.
No one does.
No one does. Because they're all Mr. Beast
I wish I
employees.
was
That's
you.
the only reason any of these, except for Cam Nuggets, from what I understand. That's the only reason any of these people were fucking famous or had any notoriety is because they were just employees. They added nothing of content because they're not entertaining.
one of the best people he has ever known, who literally broke his ankle trying to prevent littering, and in Jake's own words, is a saint.
Because that guy's a saint.
Go rogue to try and correct defamatory statements made against Jimmy if Jimmy committed war crimes. The war crime stuff was 100% a joke. I'm now a producer, but I was originally hired as comedy writer with Jake Weddle, so I just wanted to cheer him up with a dumb and edgy joke.
Isn't it a crime to litter in a national park? Yes, it is.
Imagine being some warlord in some war-torn country and seeing this video and being insulted because you're like, Mr. Beast committed a war crime. What am I, child liver?
I'm the captain now. God, the worst part is that is American Cybersmith is the one who fucking saved those people. That's still the most bonkers thing to me. God damn it.
Go American Cybersmith.
It's
go.
so bad.
So it was a joke. Dustin actually did say the war crime stuff as a joke. Okay, that makes sense. Because in a follow-up video of Jake Weddle's and DOGPACK'S interview, Jake Weddle seems to slip up, saying it was a joke.
He's the same guy who did the war crime joke.
Before quickly correcting himself.
Which turned out to not be a joke.
And his videos are pretty unedited, so he might have just accidentally let it slip through the cracks. And just to be clear, I'll show the clip of DOGPACK'S 13 million viewed video again.
Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, DOGPACK has taken down this monstrosity of a fucking video. This shit is privated.
That was
Why?
Dude's favorite
an
video.
amazing video.
It's almost like
Do you feel bad about that, dude? You missed that video?
Yes.
She used to go to sleep to it. Like that would play
every night.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
the fact
In
that
Jake
DOGPACK
Weddle's comedy show.
the fact that DOGPACK doesn't think that they have this video fucking saved on a hard drive immediately when it comes out would be insane. You're better off just leaving it up.
Why would you delete it? You know everyone has it. Like anyone that's in commentary, they've had it downloaded for forever now.
The
Like,
level
what's
of
the
harm
point?
this video would have made for a lawsuit is already there.
Yeah, like people already have it. Like
The only reason why DOGPACK lawsuit hasn't come out yet is because they're just waiting for him to put more stuff out there that they can add on.
They were waiting for
Imagine
forever.
being Mr. Beast and just waiting and winning.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like he did one statement.
You're letting Mr. Beast win. That's crazy.
Which Jake and DOGPACK clearly insinuated it wasn't a joke.
And I go up to my friend, my good friend.
My
good friend. They're not turning the lights off. He goes, what?
Even I talk about
That's
Jake.
a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh.
But you could
Oh,
just.
good.
I mean,
24 hours breaking the Geneva
That's
Convention,
not-
I guess, is what we're doing.
It's a really
Jake
big allegation
wasn't a
to say that, like,
detainee.
Mr. Beast took away your agency
was
and in a
detained.
sense kind of like forced you into doing this.
So apparently, from what I understand, Lyrics like jumped into this call to like get answers. This wasn't a setup interview. He like popped into this call somehow. God bless him, I guess. Also, why didn't you update your Discord? That is obnoxious.
It's pretty annoying.
That's so fucking funny.
Update your fucking Discord.
No, it's so funny. Why didn't you update your Discord, you fucks?
But
I agree. That is very serious. That's why I alleged it. That's why
It was an alleged war crime. It was an alleged war crime, guys. I definitely alleged
war
it.
crimes all the times.
The update could have popped midstream. I don't care.
Committed a
Name
war
it
crime
name. You
today.
update it. No, it was an alleged war crime.
But he was laughing during it, which means it was just a joke, guys.
yeah,
War crimes.
you don't laugh during actual war crimes, but during the fake war crimes, it's okay to laugh.
Yeah, I know Lyrics
You can
jumped
make
into
jokes
that.
during the fake war crimes. It's fine.
Yeah, I know Lyrics was getting a thing. It was bad.
I alleged it.
And viewers clearly didn't think it was a joke either. But just as I will rip into Jimmy later in this video, I'll also investigate Jake Weddle's story in more detail later in this video. Because in between him falsely accusing Jimmy of intentionally hiring an RSO and comparing himself consensually agreeing to doing a challenge for $10,000 a day, being allowed to leave whenever he wants to rape
Things I would do
victims,
for
and
$10,000
victims
Okay,
of
hold up.
war to leave whenever he wants to
So for those who don't know, Jake Whittle kind of went crazy on Instagram at one time and said some crazy ass shit.
He said some crazy shit.
Said going up to a rape victim. I'm not gonna censor that. I don't care.
He was raped.
Yeah, and tell them it's their fault. Oh wait, that's exactly what Jimmy's fans do to the numerous allegations coming out from employees, contestants, you name it.
That is so crazy.
Regular uploads, Ugly Duck workshops, podcast, streaming, all picking back up next week. Taking some time to get my mental back up despite Mr. Beast fans doing their best to kill me.
The things I want to say, I will not say. Because I behave.
Jake Whittle is a nothing burger in this story.
Dude,
He is nothing. He's
Dude, do you want a Fed post?
No.
Yes.
She can't. It's not Fed posting. She lives in Germany. It's fine.
That's
We have no Fed.
No, but in all seriousness, this is like Jake Whittle is nothing to this story.
I can't believe you doxed me.
Yeah.
Why would you tell them I'm German?
Yeah, I know.
They didn't
We
know.
can't tell that you're German.
No one could tell.
I know.
But yeah, no. This is just like it is to never be talked about again. Never be talked about again. Doesn't matter. His existence.
I can't release the slurs, Nixon. I'm on a leash.
She is on a leash.
Do American accent challenge impossible?
No. She is on a leash. She is
I
on a
can just
leash.
try the British.
She is on a leash and she likes being on it. Right?
Whoa,
dude?
hey,
No,
hey.
not like that. Not like that.
Hey.
Not like that. Not
Guna
like that.
alert! Guna alert!
Oh my god, fuck off, all of you. Fuck off.
victims and victims of war crimes, even though he knew that was a joke.
The same guy who did the war crime joke.
As well as spreading fake AI-generated incriminating voice recordings of Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, this was interesting. Apparently, he randomly released like an AI generated thing.
The funny thing was he played it and afterwards he was like, oh yeah, that was cool. I thought I had a bang and now it was AI.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he presented it in the reverse order. It's like, what you just listened to was AI. What? Literally all you need is this clip from this stream, and anybody could pull this shit up. Again, this is AI generated. This is not real.
He was so important what's his name.
That's right. I got that sent to me, and you know what? That was AI.
Maybe say that before play.
Why would you do that?
Why is his mustache so ugly? Play. I don't want to see it.
Playing the recording because you worked at Mr. Beast and you know how people
Don't zoom in
will
on
just
it.
watch the recording and then click off of the video without ever hearing your disclaimer that it was AI generated. Oh, but then you wouldn't get as much money from views because this AI generated disinformation video is the one that got your channel monetized.
Oh
That's my brand,
Lord.
is being honest and crying a lot.
And then after making those slanderous claims, accept another $50,000 from Jimmy with
It's so funny that Jake really is the only one in this whole scenario, and his side is the one that always says, you were paid off by Mr. Beast. Jake is the only one that ever got paid by Mr. Beast.
You know what's interesting? He's not the only one that got paid by Mr. Beast.
I knew it. Nicholas Diorio was only also.
No, but we'll get to that. Again, he took $50K from him after all this because Mr. Beast did feel bad. We'll get, and let me get it very twisted. This is not defending Mr. Beast because I hate his content cycle bullshit. I think it's really annoying. I will also say this. Talking about Mr. Beast's philanthropy, go fuck off. Like, employees, you're probably very nice people. You're all brainwashed to think that like Mr. Beast's philanthropy is like worth all the money he regenerates from it. Like it's just a money making scheme.
But at least you have some people on the way, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, his philanthropy does matter, but I have mixed feelings about his content. But I could dislike it and not accuse him of all of this. That's the difference.
No strings attached, there's a lot more to be said about him.
That's my brand, is being honest and crying a lot.
And about how DOGPACK manipulated him. But let's first continue with all of the lies and manipulation of DOGPACK 404. Now, for the visual learners watching, you'll see that I have behind me a wall. And this wall features most of DOGPACK 404's accusations. And I say most because at this point there are just so many that I might have forgotten a few. And every time I disprove one of his accusations, it'll be crossed through with red marker. Every time I prove one to be uncertain, I'll add a blue question mark to it.
There are so many. There are so many. Jesus Christ.
Every time an accusation DOGPACK made is true,
but
I'll
it's
add
just
a green
like
check mark
yeah.
to it. And I know that you and I and
God, Feastable's child labor. I fucking forgot. I forgot that there's the claim that Feastables were made in the fucking mines.
Also, the claim that the videos are fake. It's so funny because first they complain that the videos are fake, but then Jake Weddle is whining because his was real.
Yes, exactly. It's like every one of them is fake, except the one I was in, where I was tortured.
But war crimed on.
Yes, exactly. I suffered war crimes. It hurt me. Fucking.
And I don't care about fake videos.
Yeah.
Same.
That's the
It's
least
just like
of the issues on
TV.
No one does.
I just assume it's mostly staged.
Yeah. I don't think anybody cared that they were fake or real. The people who cared that they were real, if I'm being honest, are the people that are hoping that they can be on it and win the money.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes so far, the money's not entirely fake.
Everyone else wants to know about the illegal lotteries. Did Mr. Beast really commit 3 malicious and predatory illegal lotteries as get-rich-quick scheme? Well, I will talk about them throughout my video in between all of the other accusations, starting right now with the alleged illegal lottery number 3 claim of DOGPACK 404. Or should I say doctoring up evidence to make more convincing claims you knew to be untrue? Back 404. Yeah, Dawson, I'm the first one who noticed. See, for the third illegal lottery, by sure to be in a video live stream, DOGPACK claims they only informed people on the website that no purchase was necessary. But did you read the description? You know, the description which I got via the Wayback Machine?
So apparently the video is old and privated, but still the metadata is saved for those who can't read it.
It literally says free entry available on site. Oh, but wait, you never actually found the description of that video, did you? You just made it look that way by doctoring up this fake YouTube UI. So you'd be...
It's crazy.
Fake YouTube UI, he says. Interesting, I say.
More convincing, and it'd look as if you had access to the original video and description, so people would more easily believe you. But I want you, the viewer, to closely compare these two layouts. This one is the UI when he talks about...
Honestly, it's so cool because it's things that normally when you just quickly watch a video or just listen to it, wouldn't even notice.
Yeah. No, this is an interesting point of this. And I also would like to say, and I know this is pre-watching Falgi doing pre-watching Falgi shit. I know that this video will go into the fact, and Sagi Cereal and I are of the same opinion. I don't care if you doctor a UI look to like present in a specific way. People do it all the time. It's the fact that you're doctoring it in a way to present it as fact. That is the issue. You can doctor a YouTube UI player to make it look like interesting or to make it look like the video is actually playing. But to do it and say that this is the video is extremely disingenuous.
buy a shirt to be in my video live stream, and this one is the actual current YouTube UI you see whenever DOGPACK shows a screen recording of public videos you can still watch. And when putting the two side by side, you can see that the UI for the illegal live stream is not the real YouTube UI. Instead of rounded corners, they're sharp, the likes are gone, the upload date is in a completely wrong spot where it has never been, and the button sizes and title font just seem off. And no, it's not because he found an older YouTube UI via the Wayback Machine like I did, because they don't hide likes and YouTube has never had this exact UI. Sure, it had sharp corners once, but not in combination with these exact other UI elements. But you wanna know the funniest part? Even the re-uploaded version that DOGPACK found and then added a manipulative fake YouTube UI to actually had copied the original live stream's description. So even in the re-upload he found, it says that there's a free entry option. Yet he still doctored up this fake UI to make his intentional lies.
Again, there was an option to enter this contest that DOGPACK said, nope, all these lotteries are fake because they lied about how to get in or they made it extremely obtuse to get into.
More convincing. Nah, I'm just kidding. Funniest part is that Mr. Beast verbally says it on stream.
Go to shopmrbeast.com, buy the shirt or hoodie. You can be one of the people that come down and compete in the video. There's also a free entry on the site as well. If you just 100 of which are going to be picked from you know, people that buy this shirt or hoodie, or if you enter for free on the site as well, that's an option as well. So,
oh my god, you're so sneaky. Now, when someone is prepared to doctor up evidence to make potentially incriminating lies...
So again, he is doctoring and moving shit around. And still telling half-truths. Not telling all the truth, he's continuing to do that. And remember, this is the guy who made his career at Mr. Beast, or somehow got to Mr. Beast through idea management, through saying how they can make their videos more believable, or doctoring up certain things so the fake
buy 100 breasts.
Yes.
Did he do this? Didn't he like also try XQC first before he went to Mr. Beast?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, because he's all about brand maximizing. The fakeness wouldn't have mattered. The reality of it wouldn't have mattered. It was all about brand maximizing. So, like, no one cares. He's so disgruntled. He's a disgruntled employee. That's just what it is. It's just how it is coming off.
Don't hire fans.
Yeah, don't hire fans. That's a very big statement.
More convincing, it automatically puts every single one of their accusations that isn't bulletproof into question. So... throughout this video, you'll also see that there are multiple examples of him leaving out crucial details from evidence that would easily disprove the accusations he's making. Because Dawson loves framing things deceitfully to push his personal agenda.
Shopify dashboard, we just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the number, like if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000, then my people give me the name.
Wait a second, Mr. Beast is only picking out of the Shopify list? Well, does that mean he's only giving away 2 paid entries after all? No, you can be part of a Shopify giveaway without having to make any purchase whatsoever.
Oh yeah. It's like the lack of research is very telling. This guy just believed the first thing in his head and just threw it onto paper.
It's like, yes, lack of research, but just like,
oh, it's malicious.
Malicious, but specifically having his angle and then angling. Or he has his angle and then positioning all of the information in ways so that you don't see any other thing but the scope that he also is seeing.
Well, yeah, it's like putting blinders on a horse.
Yeah,
he only wanted you. It's like you're looking through a viewfinder, but you can't turn it around. It's only the image.
He's looking through a pinhole and you can't see anything else around there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like staring at the eclipse through the eclipse glasses and he can't.
You fucker.
He's got a kaleidoscope.
I'll kaleidoscope your mom.
Please stop saying mom stuff. Like, that's very insulting.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Generic examples of how to enter Shopify giveaways for free on the official Shopify website. Mr. Beast scamming someone out of a lifetime of dog food and then tried silencing the so-called victim on Reddit?
As far as fake giveaways go, I'm sort of limited in what I can say without exposing confidential information and getting sued. So my official statement is that sometimes things slip through the cracks.
Okay, but that's not entirely true, because if you're claiming things are fake, then then you're still breaking your NDA.
No.
Because you have the
DOGPACK
insider
would never
knowledge
do
of
that.
why it's fake. You stupid fuck. That's not...
DOGPACK would never do that.
I don't think you understand how your NDA works.
I have an NDA.
You can't say disparaging
We all
things
do.
about the company that you were a part of in that fashion. Because
I mean,
it's...
when you're no longer an employee, yes.
Yeah.
You can, unless I guess unless he signed an NDA. But if there is an NDA, there is he
Because
trying to
NDAs
play...
with non-disparaging clauses are a period of time.
Yes, and those are general, like it's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, if it's a crime, the NDA cannot
Very
protect
common.
it. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what whistleblower laws are for. But it's not a crime to fucking add CGI. Now, is this a crime for the dog food shit?
And personally, I believe that is intentional. Here's one example where someone on Reddit posted saying that they were promised free dog food for life in exchange for letting Mr. Beast use them in a video. 5 months later, they still haven't received their dog food. I actually sent this post to someone who works at Mr. Beast, and they said they were going to send it to the PR team, and then the Reddit post got taken down. So I don't know if it got resolved.
Not true. Here is a message from the Reddit user stating Mr. Beast did reach out to them, as well as everyone else. Apparently this user just hadn't noticed at first because the Mr. Beast company's email went to the user's spam folder. The issue got resolved, and then the Reddit post got deleted.
It got deleted because the problem was solved. Conveniently, DOGPACK doesn't look it up.
Sometimes things slip through the cracks, and personally, I believe that is intentional.
Hi! Hold up. I will read this from the account.
Sometimes things slip through the
account's
cracks.
name
Personally,
is C Special 4546. So I did confirm that you reached out to Natalie, and I got a confirmation from Jinx to give us the free dog food. Natalie is just confirming all the other people got the same call. Then I will edit my post stating that there was some kind of communication error, and Mr. Beast's team has reached out and fixed the problem. Thank you for responding and getting the issue resolved.
I believe that is intentional.
Oh, the new Feastables formula has more sugar and calories than Hershey's?
Mr. Beast changed the...
Yeah, Philosopher,
I would... carrot is candy! Who fucking cares?
What, Philosopher and Killjoy, I would, assume, by the time DOGPACK got there, and seeing how large Mr. Beast's, company was, it'd probably be a combination of both. I'm having a thought process that it would contain a little bit of both.
DOGPACK is just very convenient with the times he brings up his NDA.
Yes. Because at this point, Mr. Beast Co. is a multimedia company. It's not just, like, it's crossing over different mediums. I would assume there is a NDA, like a non-disclosure agreement, and in combination with the non-disparaging clause. I don't have proof of that. Don't get me wrong, but the way that he talks about his NDA, I would be hard pressed not to believe that. No, I agree with the both of you. No, but you guys make very good points. It's definitely like it could be, but I do think at this point, being such a large media company,
you would get both.
You would get both.
Yeah,
especially because it has like multi-million-dollar investors.
And if his exit interview was recorded too, they definitely have him sign something.
Which is wild. Exit interviews are not recorded.
No,
that's if that's real.
They
that's
did
insane.
record it is nuts.
Yeah,
to me,
it sounds like something bad went down.
Formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar and more calories per bar.
Well, that'd be pretty messed up after
I don't
Mr. Beast
care how much
actively
sugar
advertised
is
his
in
chocolate to be
America.
healthier than Hershey's.
Like,
well, okay, so
like who the fuck cares?
The reason the care was there,
version.
the reason the care was there, to be fair, was Mr. Beast marketed his chocolate as a healthy alternative.
I don't see that anywhere in the packaging.
Apparently.
You cannot market chocolate
That's like the
as
same thing that they were
healthy. There's
saying
no
with
fucking way.
the
Yeah,
Lunchleys. Like this is the healthy alternative.
That's what they
to,
kept saying.
To
That
Lunchables.
it's always the healthy alternative or the more natural alternative.
So I will say this,
Again.
like if you're gonna say that chocolate is quote unquote healthy, just eat dark chocolate. It's better for your heart. That's it.
Ew.
That's what I eat.
I love dark. I love dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate's really good.
Ew.
What?
I hate all of you.
Okay.
Wow.
Dude, take me on the chocolate tour when I come visit.
Yeah, I just like a good old milk chocolate. Okay, leave me
Yes.
alone.
I also think so. DOGPACK brings this up. Yeah, the Cool Animated Girls is like he did market it as a healthy alternative.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you could have a healthy candy.
I mean, a lot of people do it. So I will say this.
No.
Yes, they do. A lot of people.
Healthy candies?
Yeah.
They make healthy candies.
Yes, they do. There are
The
diet
quote-unquote
versions.
healthy
things.
candy.
apple
Like,
wings.
oh, it's sugar-free.
Yeah, no, a
candy
lot
or
of things
whatever.
like
Sugar-free does not mean
They
healthy.
all taste
Yeah,
disgusting.
so a lot of things that are like Quest and other specific brands like that, what they do is they use alcohol sugars.
Yep.
And
They
that's
do.
how they market it as healthy candies or sweets alternatives.
It does not make it healthier.
It doesn't make
And
it
they all
necessarily
taste
healthier. It's
disgusting.
still it's a lower amount of calories, but alcohol sugars aren't necessarily the best for you. You do process them differently, but they're like long-term longitudinal studies on those kinds of things aren't going to be around yet because
It
they just came
sounds
to the
better for
market.
advertisement.
Yeah.
It just sounds better for advertisement.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. Like they've been for bodybuilders and other people for a long period of time, but those fuckers put their bodies through a bunch of shit anyways. Like they do eat clean, but they also use a lot of other shit too. So like studies on
Also,
them
they
are
don't-
different. Yeah.
Also, they don't say what is it healthier than.
Yes.
You know?
And oftentimes when you look at what health is just a portion of portion control. That's all that it really matters at the end of the day is how you portion control and your activity levels. Exercise is important. Getting your steps in, drinking water, not so much soda, and things like that is just like the best thing for you. It is just weird. Again, and Cool Anime Girls, you're right. It's not just saying that they said it was the healthy alternative. It's just it was healthier than Hershey's. Also, DOGPACK makes this weird claim that they changed the formula to be more in line with Hershey's, and I'm just like, yeah, that happens. Things just become more shelf-stable. They figure out ways to make it better. That just...
is being deceitful here because he's comparing a single serving size 43 grams Hershey's bar to a 2 serving size 60 grams Feastables bar instead of comparing it to a 1 serving size 35 grams Feastables bar.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing too. DOGPACK miscompared the types of bars that existed. He compared a king-sized bar to a Hershey's regular-sized bar. And the Feastables bar is actually a smaller in comparison. Now, a real comparison would be what is Mr. Beast's 43 gram bar look like if it existed. I'll be honest, I wouldn't doubt that it would be more, just based on the numbers that I'm seeing right now. But it's not. And it is what it is. Like, it gets off on a technicality, so I'm not going to argue that. He is being deceitful again.
Well, if you recalculate the ingredients of both to 43 grams, then you'll see that Feastables still has less sugar than Hershey's and actually has less calories than the
I will be... If you recalculated it, fucking good on you.
previous formula.
This pit is fake.
No, it's not. Here's footage of them
Advertisement
digging the
being
pit. You know what?
deceitful, they would never.
Never, ever. Never,
Red Bull
ever,
gives
ever.
you wings.
I'd still eat the Hershey's.
I actually don't like
Even
candy
though it
bars
has rotten
like that.
milk?
Yeah. Don't eat the rotten milk. Don't
don't
eat
like
rotten milk.
It's in Hershey. Like spoiled milk is in Hershey's.
Do you eat
I
s'mores?
will eat the rotten milk every day.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's why
I don't-
KJ
when I have
calories are...
s'mores, I don't use Hershey. I use
What do you use?
Cadbury.
I don't like Cadbury. It's too creamy.
I don't like
I don't
eating
know what any of
chocolates.
these are.
Cadbury
They're
is just like
bastardizations
English. It's like
of chocolate.
Cadbury is just like the
I have
English version
Kinder
of Hershey's with
Schokolade.
butter.
Yeah, we
I'm
have that.
Sure, I'm sure German chocolate's best.
Oh yeah.
We have Godiva.
Oh, total tangent here. But I recently had Dubai chocolate. That was amazing.
Ooh.
Interesting.
You guys know Dubai chocolate?
No.
Nope.
It's crunchy on the inside because it has
Oh.
angel's hair in it and pistachio cream.
Oh, wow, that's
It has
pricey.
angel dust in it.
That is pricey.
Say it had angel dust in it.
Angel hair.
What is angel hair for those
Pasta?
who don't know?
It's
Pasta?
like this Turkish thing. It's like crunchy dough.
Yeah.
You know that they pulled into strings and then
Yes.
fried it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I've seen this. I haven't had this.
Yeah. So it had crunchy bits as well as like pistachio cream.
Yeah, the ones that we get with crunchy bits in it are either like Rice Crisp or potato chip.
Yeah.
Potato chip and chocolate.
Here's a crew member's footage of the 2 non-CGI buses and non-CGI train being...
Again, these things were there. Everyone knew it was there. I do not know why they were... The claim that these things were not in the pit is really weird. I don't understand this claim.
in the pits after they drove them in there.
Shredder is CGI.
Nope, at this timestamp they do shred an actual Lamborghini in a legitimate shredder. But I will say that when they use CGI, it looks fucking terrible as if it came straight out of an illegitimate shred there.
Shredder is CGI.
Nope, at this timestamp.
I think that's weird. That, like...
CGI train being in the pits after
I just
they
want to
drove
point
them
out,
in
like...
there.
Shredder is CGI.
This is such a weird thing. Did you... Was this at a different time?
Nope,
Also,
at
does
this
anyone
timestamp, they do
really
shred an
care?
actual Lamborghini in a legitimate shredder. But I will say
Yeah,
that when
they
use
didn't want to,
CGI
like, fucking give away what the video looked like. Oh, yeah.
it looks fucking terrible as if it came straight out of a CW show.
This car is digitally lifted.
This car isn't digitally lifted, however they did change the original red coloring to blue to make a visual distinction between the first rocket car they launched and failed, which was red, and the second one they launched, which succeeded, but was also red. Because they were scared that both cars being red might confuse the audience, so in post, they just changed the second one's color to blue, but there was no digital lift.
What you're saying, the things that you're saying are truly in good faith, and that you're not a...
Remember when it looked like a color edit? Remember when this guy was just like, I know everything about video editing and how to market your shit, and this is all fake? DOGPACK, you're not looking too hot, buddy. It don't look too good for you.
A disgruntled employee.
You can watch my video and like view it through the lens of, oh, this guy's just a disgruntled employee. But the evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course.
But the evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course.
This accusation of DOGPACK 404 actually upset this engineering YouTuber who passionately worked on that rocket car for months to get it working, just to have this goober claim that it's faked. But Dawson doesn't care about collateral. A month of DOGPACK 404 actually upset this engineering
Warped Perception, who helped work on it. The car is 100% digitally not lifted. This is from the guy, Dustin, who's still speaking to him. The car is 100% not digitally lifted. Post did change the color because they did not want viewers to confuse it with the last jet car, the red one, that didn't go well. Warped, a different YouTuber, did all the work for that car. Kind of messed up to accuse it of being fake when he put in all that effort.
YouTuber who passionately worked on that rocket car for months to get it working, just to have this goober claim that it's fake. But Dawson doesn't care about collateral damage done to others. He doesn't mind throwing people in front of...
This next bit broke my fucking brain.
Non-CGI buses to push his own agenda. He did it with the rocket car YouTuber. He did it with that tricked employee's phone recording they showed without his consent. He tried doing it with me by calling me overdramatic, pressuring me into making a video accusing Mr. Beast with uncertain and refutable evidence, which by now I know to be untrue, which he doubled down on, by the way. Every other commentary YouTuber did it without getting sued, even though just because a lot of YouTube...
Okay, so we watched a recent video on the slop shit. How much did I watch? I watched up to about 45 minutes. We watched the YouTube commentary slop shit. This is the shit I hate. We talked
Like
about More
background with
Pegasus.
the face and
Yeah,
the
and More
same
Pegasus
font.
was talked about in Raymundo's video.
2112.
And we had that discussion where it's like, yeah, this channel sucks. This kind of regurgitated, low rent, 20-minute content where it's like taking the top level shit and not doing a lot of research with it. That is shitty. Yeah, it's garbage. Like the Sunny V shit, like those people who aren't doing research and just pulling as much as they can from like all this like surface level like bullshit. Like it sucks. They're just weird news aggregates. But like, yeah, a lot of channels live and die off of this. I had this conversation with obviously everybody on this panel here. Cloudy and I talked about it privately for a long time about it. It's like one of those things where it's like, where does DOGPACK go after this?
Go anywhere.
Well, no, think about it, right? Say he's successful in taking down Mr. Beast. Where does he
Yeah, he's
go?
not gonna get paid for it.
Yeah. He doesn't, because his whole thing was having an understanding of Mr. Beast Co. No one's gonna hire him in the industry. There's not people that are running, sprinting for his news coverage.
I have to wonder, what if it's just infamy? What if it's just being remembered? Maybe it's not about money. I don't know. Like maybe because it can't be. It can't be money at this point. Because you're right. No one's gonna it has to be just literal like.
He wants to be the one that takes down Mr. Beast.
Yeah, he wants to be known as the guy that takes on Mr. Beast, and that alone will give him some kind of clout going forward in the future. Whether that's good or bad, who knows?
And that's what a lot of people
that has
wanted.
to be it. Yeah, a lot of people want to be the dude that takes down Mr. Beast just for literally clout reasons.
Yeah. It's why Prism, whatever the fuck their name was, wanted to take down Ava Chris Tyson with all the Discord stuff. But again, it was Beckett over at Cope and Seed that actually got those logs and sat through like 6 hours of them. Like, and went through it, like did the on stream, showed, hey, this is what you do if you want to find this. Fucking search key terms like a normal person. Like, if you're going to do research, look at it. It's just insane. It's just like, yes, this is bad. Yes, Mr. Beast has a lot of things to answer for. But you diluting the story has only made it worse. You will not be remembered.
I used to watch Pegasus too. Long time ago.
Again, it's just this style of content is just lame. It's just lame.
Tried milking the situation and threw unsubstantiated, easily disprovable accusations out there for clout, views, and money without getting sued, doesn't make it an okay thing to do, DOGPACK? Or do you think it's acceptable to make false CP allegations? Which, maybe I should talk about that for a second. See, in a recent video on Rosanna Pansino's channel, DOGPACK404 claimed to have access to leaked work
This shit
chats
is
and
like
messages,
wild.
with one of them being Ava Chris Tyson distributing alleged CP of Ivanka Trump. Except DOGPACK doesn't always use the term alleged.
Yeah, this is the most disgusting one
So,
by far.
for the sake of brevity, I'm going to skip the CP shit because we've already covered the CP stuff on the channel. If you want to know stuff about the CP stuff, we have an entire stream about it. We, the Opp Block, did actually a lot of research on it, where it was just like annoyingly fake. Also, I don't think Rosanna is a victim. I think Rosanna is a willing participant in all this stuff because she is upset.
Still about the hide and seek shit.
Yes, she is very upset still about all this stuff. I do think
Ava Chris Tyson's messages.
I'm
sorry, but if I'd seen my friend actively ranting about files and bashing them,
I will say in this, he does bring up points where like
be convinced to not think they're a pedophile when they send
there was this whole thing about like Jimmy and people should have been aware that Ava Chris Tyson was making sexual jokes and making predator jokes, and that like this shit was like way too on the border of what the fuck is happening with this shit. I believe it also gets brought up about the fucking anime shit, which, like, for those who don't know, that's where Cam Nuggets gets involved. This may be in here. or maybe it's later. There's just so much. There's so much shit. I don't really care about this stuff. Cam Nuggets is a gooner. We know this. It's just, yeah, it's just wild. The CP stuff, again, we covered it on our last stream on it. Fucking insane. Thank you, Killjoy, for putting it into the chat. It was just like, again, for those who don't understand, what they did was review what they believed was CSAM materials, edit said CSAM materials, as well as, when they were proven wrong, still passed off something as if it was CSAM material. All of which are illegal. All of which are illegal. You cannot pass off things as CP. You can't own the CP. You can't edit the CP. And you fucking can't react to it in a fucking YouTube video. Insane. Rosanna's channel should be demonetized for that. Straight up. I will say it. She should be demonetized for that. Or a strike should be placed on her channel. Will anything happen? No. I don't think anything will happen. That's just my truest belief. Like, if you're going to say that you believe that this is like CSAM material, the least that should have happened was some kind of strike or demonetization. Sorry, that's my purest belief.
Time next week. But his collateral damage doesn't end with allegedly abused children. He also uses old people. For example, he tried using contestant 58 from the ages 1 to 100 video by claiming that he didn't really wink.
In this video, this wink was added in post.
And that number 58 didn't hear number 42.
Who cares? If the old man didn't, nobody cares. If the old man didn't wink.
You getting out of the booth.
In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him.
And because of that, number 58, a 58-year-old man, was so confused and getting harassed online to the point he felt that he had to make a TikTok about it.
Hey guys, Mr. 58.
A 58-year-old man, a random goober contestant in a Mr. Beast video, has to address allegations that he didn't wink in a Mr. Beast video because people are saying that everybody in Mr. Beast Co. is evil. I'm losing my shit. This is insane.
How dare you not wink?
Like, what the fuck? First off, how did you find this TikTok? Second, the fuck?
Been a while since I posted anything, but something's really been concerning me a little bit. I've been seeing things on the internet that have said I didn't wink in the Mr. Beast video 1 to 100. I did wink. I winked a few times, as a matter of fact. The other thing that's been said
I winked.
is
I
didn't hear 42 say he was stepping out of his cube. Yes, I heard 42 say he was stepping out of his cube. I did it on my own accord to step out with 2 seconds left on the clock. I know of nothing in that video that was staged whatsoever, and I don't know why these rumors are going over the internet that these things didn't happen. Everything that I did in that video, and nothing was edited after the fact. Everybody be good and have a great day.
This is just
weird.
sad.
This is weird. Why does a 58-ish, because he's older now, man, have to fucking make a TikTok?
What is it with a 58-year-old man? They're either talking about Mr. Beast or fighting Jake Paul or...
Oh,
what are they doing to
yeah.
young Jimbo?
58 was just a great number. Jesus Christ. Well, this guy's not 58 anymore. That video's like...
He ain't fighting Jake Paul.
Well, yeah, no. That video's also like 3 or 4 years old now. So he's in his 60s. But like, imagine a random contestant has to come out and say, hey, this wasn't staged. Like, has no need to defend Mr. Beast at all. Years out of it. But still did, weirdly enough. Almost like it's just like, what the fuck? You're making weird accusations now.
I actually got mad seeing this old sweet guy get so upset. And what was DOGPACK'S proof for these claims? Well, I've got to preview the 1 to 100 video once, so now you've got to believe every baseless claim.
Wait, how did you preview the 1 to 100 video? That's what I'm curious about. So you worked there while this video was being made? Interesting. Interesting. How did you have that preview?
I make around it. Because you're so trustworthy, Dawson. I'd rather believe the sweet old guy who literally was in the video.
Everybody be good and have a great day.
He did it with
He's
Mark
so chilling
Bates,
there
a
with his
random
blind old
subscribe.
Stop. The blind old dog.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, here's the random subscriber thing.
Contestant.
I subscribed to Mr. Beast and literally won $1 million. I literally was in this video right here, and all I did was subscribe. I had no relationship with Mr. Beast or anything like that. And they flew me down to North Carolina. I live in Cleveland, and changed my life forever. Literally. All I did was subscribe.
Who won $1 million and then made a video after winning that prize, which DOGPACK just took a very out of context clip from.
Another example of things slipping through the cracks.
The second thing that I probably would do different is invest. I talked to Jimmy after I won $1 million, after I finally got the remaining amount in my bank account. I was telling him, I was like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to be like how everybody's saying, like I'm gonna run out of money and do all this crazy stuff. I was like, man, Jimmy, please help me. And he said he was gonna help me and we was gonna invest, but
the chat. This one, I screamed at the television. Where I was watching the undercards for the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and I'm waiting. This one blew my mind.
Yeah, that didn't happen, so.
Oh no, he didn't invest for more!
Wait,
what's this clip right after? Which DOGPACK conveniently didn't?
No. So DOGPACK says that, oh, Mr. Beast didn't help him. He fell through the cracks. What happens after the cut? What happens after the cut?
Put in his video?
Invest, but yeah, that didn't happen, so. Yeah, and let me clarify, Jimmy did help me. Because I know, like I said, I know y'all be like,
oh, he didn't help my God.
He did help me financially, but like giving me money he did give me funds.
Oh, so Mr. Beast still
wait for it. There's more.
Funded Mark even after winning and spending the $1 million? Okay. Apparently they just had him on a month.
They put him on a fucking payroll.
What?
No way.
What?
They put this motherfucker on a fucking payroll after he spent the money irresponsibly. That is the claim from an employee, that this motherfucker got put on a payroll. A passive income payroll.
That's crazy.
Listen, just listen.
Salary at the Mr. Beast company without him having to perform any work there. Well, this guy's...
He wasn't fucking working.
What?
Again, remember when I said it's really weird that, like, I don't like Jimmy. I ain't paid by Jimmy. I don't fucking like Mr. Beast videos. I do think they're predatory. But why does he keep, like, trying to do the right thing?
Jimmy
it's
wants
weird.
To pay me.
If Mr. B wants to pay me, he can pay me. I'm just saying.
He can pay me. He can
Don't
pay me.
listen to Falgi. Pay me. It's fine, Jimmy.
You can pay my friends. I don't care.
We do not stand for Falgi.
It's okay. You can pay my friends. But again, this is... He fucking paid them. If I give you all my money, will you give me passive income, Falgi? How much you got, girl?
I got $5.
$5. No, but it's like one of those things where it's like he was received, like they were supporting him behind the scenes because he fucked up, and it's partly their responsibility to like kind of like fix it and rectify it.
It's actually not.
Fucking Jimmy, I have a throne. Fuck you. We have the Opp Block throne. There was a plan for Cloudy and I to like do stuff with it. We didn't get to it today. Maybe tomorrow.
The victim. Mark Bate himself was so fucking frustrated from DOGPACK using this out of context clip to push his personal agenda that he made 2 more videos speaking out against all of the DMs he was getting from DOGPACK's followers.
Channel everywhere. You guys been saying that I'm a victim of Mr. Beast and that he didn't help me. You've been talking about everything. It's not my story, so I really wanted to get up here and tell you guys that Mr. Beast really did come through for me, Jimmy. I love you.
DOGPACK doesn't give a shit about who or what he uses or whose life he ruins.
Yeah, he don't care.
His own narrative, and it's fucking disgusting. Showing out of context clips and snippets is something that DOGPACK
Imagine
does a
if
lot,
Jimmy
by the
would
way.
have
He also
stopped
did it
paying
with
this
Mac.
dude because of this video from DOGPACK.
Quantum? No, don't do that. Quantum, it's okay. Your parents deserve to
No.
not be Minecraft.
No, don't do it. Don't do
Quantum
it.
just wants to play Minecraft
Oh,
with
God.
her parents, okay? Leave her
God,
alone.
no. And technically, I know where you are. The exchange rate is more. It'd be more money for me.
Shut up, Foggy. Foggy, shut your goddamn mouth.
Oh, Quantum. That's Quantum
eating a
PZ,
popcorn
everybody.
When Mr. Beast asked him what he was gonna do with the $800,000 he won.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000 on?
I've got 3 friends of mine, childhood friends of mine, and they don't have a lot of money. I'm gonna make sure they don't have to worry about money anymore. I mean, my life's changed now.
Oh wow, he's gonna give it to his 3 less fortunate friends? Well, that is so kind. Let's see what Dawson made of this.
Bathrooms.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000 on?
I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really going to change your life.
Oh, he cut that whole part out to insinuate Mac was gonna spend it on more bathrooms in his huge mansion that he didn't even have.
Mac started working full-time on the editing team at Mr. Beast. Also, he didn't just move.
Okay.
I say once again, who cares?
Who cares? They gave him a job. I'm really confused how this is not like... I can't believe I'm defending Mr. Beast right now.
Ew.
You got paid. You got
I
paid.
feel
and
fucking like this
you
is
got
like
paid off.
they're hiring
for free.
They're hiring contestants. How is
And
this
you are doing
bad?
it for
I'm
free,
so
Sagi.
confused. Like, is it predatory to hire people you're giving lump sums of money to?
Sagi.
Yes.
Beef?
Yes.
Sagi.
Where's that Mr. Beast money?
You're
Go, show that
defending
shit.
Mr. Beast for free. How
Why
does
you
it make you feel?
I fucking hate everything. Yeah, pay me,
Fucking
Jimmy.
Mr.
Pay
Beast
me,
provider.
Jimmy. Like, yes. Is it weird to hire people that like won money off of you? Yeah, kind of. It's a little predatory. It does that whole we're a family bullshit. But like, if he's getting a job from him, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Why does it matter?
Into any old house, he moved into a $1 million mansion. His 6,000 square foot $1 million mansion
How do you know this? Do you have the deed to that house?
comes with a
Was
movie
there.
theater and 7
How?
bathrooms.
See, I saw the actual property listing and, well, obviously I can't show this, so you've got to trust me on my word. But the house is on the name of another editor at Mr. Beast, which Mac was sleeping over at because he himself didn't have a house. But Sagi, didn't you expose Mac for being a liar? Why are you now picking his side? I don't pick sides,
Okay,
nor do I
Soma.
just blindly hate
Stop.
every person I criticize. What am I, a disgruntled employee acting like a toddler? Mac left Iraq after all. And by the way, I've never seen Mac try and use fake CP to push a personal agenda. Also,
I don't know who this Mac person is. I guess an editor of Mr. Beast and has been lying about specific things. However, I don't really give a shit. If he's lying about other things, go fuck himself. Stop lying. Just don't get caught like this. Your pants down. But again, it's one of those things where it's like DOGPACK continues to obfuscate and change facts that you, as an audience, would never have any knowledge of.
Also, what I hate about DOGPACK is like there could be some serious allegations. Like Mr. Beast definitely has to answer for the Chris Tyson situation, Eva Chris Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh, he claims he didn't know about her behavior because it's bullshit. Let's be real. And like with the Delaware situation, like sure he didn't know when he hired him, but later in life, let's say, those are some serious allegations. Or even with the that there were sexual harassment at the workplace, those are serious allegations. Why does he put these allegations in the same videos as some bullshit no one cares about? What some employee does with their money, how the videos are fake? No one cares really about that.
Yeah. It's just
There's
like
too much sugar in his fucking chocolate bar.
it's because it doesn't matter. Like to them, it doesn't matter. Good night, Erics.
Good night, Eric.
DOGPACK, take that clip from my video out of yours, because now you're using my content to push your lies.
So over the next 7 days, I'm gonna be giving 1,000 random people.
Yeah, I was about to say if this is like from a different company that this guy was hired in, if it has nothing to do with Mr. Beast,
subscribe, a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it. All you have to do is subscribe to your channel.
All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe.
It's a scam. Holy shit.
The Samsung giveaway was legit. Here you can see old testimonies from random subscribers who won and got contacted by Mr. Beast. Also, PewDiePie never bashed that clip. It's just another example of DOGPACK'S manipulative editing. Now, even though we've only touched the tip of the lies of DOGPACK,
again, when you present yourself as the authority of information that you are the only one that's privy to, and you edit in such a deceptive way, there's only one way people can believe you. Only one way. Chat, you gotta think about it. What does that mean? Where are all the lies coming from? How do the lies work?
Like iceberg so far. I preemptively want to ask Dawson, why would you knowingly spread all of this disinformation? Now, DOGPACK, something you really shouldn't say because it would make you look real dumb, is either...
He mentioned the fact that he is not a professional journalist or investigator, just a guy throwing allegations around for other people to prop.
Just throwing so much shit at the wall and
but
see what sticks.
it's not only that, it's this statement. I'm not a professional journalist or investigator. My goal is to bring credible allegations to light so that they can be properly investigated and people can be held accountable. I still believe that there are credible allegations involving James Warren, which we'll get to, that need to be investigated. If for those who don't remember, James Warren is Jimmy's cousin and allegedly the secret CEO of Mr. Beast Co. There are a lot of things that were like, hey, why are you saying this? You said he was a wife beater. You said he was a dog abuser, none of which was really proven correct. You tied him when he worked in the finance sector to someone he worked with and that Ponzi scheme to which he was potential, like the fucking James Warren may have been a character witness in and was exonerated of any wrongdoing. It's a very confusing thing that DOGPACK didn't look into. And the moral of the story was James Warren wasn't involved. And if he was, he got off scot-free. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But he wasn't involved. Stop fucking lying about shit.
As you did in a desperate attempt to save the little credibility you had left after falsely accusing someone of domestic violence and kicking
oh boy
their dog in your third video. Because this is what you said in your first video, which I'm also disproving.
And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying.
Well, I've looked at the receipts, Dawson,
that's all you've ever shown, though. You have no evidence!
So far they're telling me that you're a lying asshole. And before you try and defend yourself with plausible deniability, I'll just play this clip.
Mr. Beast knows this, but you know, he's a poker player. He likes a little bluffery, a little plausible deniability.
Also, me disproving cheap attempts at slander from this guy doesn't mean I'm defending this guy. I know a lot of people believe in the delusion that defending Mr. Beast is the safe option. I know there's people have been living under a rock lately, but defending Mr. Beast right now is actual career suicide.
Yeah, that's insane to say. That's been why everybody hates drama until a certain point, because DOGPACK was seen as the like savior of YouTube. That's not what's happening here. DOGPACK is not the savior of YouTube. He's the savior of himself because he's a petty little bitch.
Also, people just aren't multitasking capable nowadays. I can hate multiple people in one situation.
But you know what I don't hate? I don't hate our audience who likes and subscribes to our videos and donates at the link above or to our Ko-Fi. Thank you so much for everybody liking and subscribing and donating to us today. You know, we are fighting. Jimmy didn't give us any money. And you know what? I'm still waiting on the Mr. Beast check to come through. One day it will. But you know...
We're also fighting for him, but we just want people to tell the truth. Fuck damn it.
But until that Jimmy Beast check comes through, your donations are what keeps this channel alive. Thank you so much.
While regurgitating DOGPACK'S lies is the easy and safe way to generate millions of views and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in my opinion, blindly taking either side should be heavily frowned upon, because there are some very questionable and fucked up decisions Mr. Beast has made that he needs to be held accountable for. And I'll get to that. However, to effectively criticize him, help genuine victims, and hold him morally and legally accountable, we must first clear the table of all of the lies that have been spread by Dawson French, aka DOGPACK404, such as the lie of Feastables using child slavery. Take a single Google search to find several public articles to prove that from October 2023, the same time when they took their slave-free banner off of the Feastables website, they've been in talks to join Tony Chocolonely's Open Chain Ethical Sourcing Initiative, and did so officially from March 2024, which if you don't know, Tony Chocolonely's is a Dutch chocolate brand known for their goal to produce chocolate as ethically as possible, and one of few companies legitimately doing so. I mean, now Feastables is the first major US-based company who joined them with the goal to actively reduce child labor and
literally fucking researchable. Just researchable.
Imagine doing research.
Just
Why do
researchable.
research when Why should I research if I can just claim?
Well,
things?
that's right. He's not a journalist or an investigator. He's just making credible enough
He's
claims.
just a little guy. He's a little guy.
I'm just a guy, and
little guy.
I
How
don't
to use Google?
research. I'm just
Google
a
is hard.
guy, and I don't do research. I don't have words to this song, 'cause I don't know. I'm just gonna play the video.
Okay,
tonight.
Thank you, Fauji.
Thank you.
Slavery in the chocolate production process. But then, why they take slavery banner off of Feastable's website? Well, the
Blarna. We stream whenever sometimes. Sometimes we just stream whenever.
He wanted to watch boxing before we streamed.
Yes.
Sometimes Falgi tells us 1 minute before we go live.
Yeah, I wanted to watch the boxing. I have a great thumbnail
And
from
be
it.
very disappointed by it.
I was not disappointed by the female fight.
Well, nobody was. That actually was a good fight.
Fauci, for those who don't know, the Feastables were being manufactured while Nestle was actively arguing that slave labor outside the U.S. is legal. Lol. Nestle is actually an evil company. Yeah,
Wow.
I've heard that. I forgot when
them.
that was, but yeah, I've heard that.
Like the USA is like outside, it's a law-free world.
Yeah, it's just like
outside of the US, only wild people live.
It's only like, again, we've talked
Oh
about
shit!
this.
I have to feed my slave. Excuse me.
I mean, Pumpkin. Don't call.
You know my slave.
No, don't call Pumpkin your slave. Please don't do that.
I didn't say pumpkin.
Who's your slave then?
I don't need to answer you for anything.
Oh Christ, help us all. Yeah. Nestle also doesn't think water is a basic human right. Well, that's one of the things, right? We've talked about at length why DOGPACK is kind of not DOGPACK. Well, yes, by extension, why Mr. Beast is getting a lot, and I do think Mr. Beast has a lot to answer for that the PR legal speak did not answer to. We'll still fight that to this day. That there's a lot more that should have been said that wasn't. One of the things I will say is Mr. Beast is just the easiest place for all of us to punch to because it's the closest we'll ever get to a big organization. Like, it's not often you know a lot about a CEO and a lot about their lives, who their families are, things like that. Because Mr. Beast is a content creator. He's not, even though I know who David Zasloff is, and he can go fuck himself into the fucking ocean. Fucking asshole. You don't readily know David Zasloff's family or like what he was born into. Like, that stuff you have to research. You haven't known him for years. It's one of those things. It's just like, yeah, it makes sense why it is this way. For those who don't know, David Zasloff is like a CEO piece of shit that kills movies. He was the Discovery chair, and then when Discovery bought DC, he's one of the reasons.
Warner Brothers.
What? Warner Brothers.
They bought
excuse
Warner
me,
Brothers.
Yes.
Welcome back, Greg.
It has been annoying. Welcome back, Greg. I know you were busy.
I've been here. I've been back and forth.
Your DOGPACK already typing that question up on Twitter, you can literally read the answer on the Tony Chocoloni's website. Why did you make the switch from slave-free to exploitation-free? We've adapted our mission messaging to help us express the scope of impact work we do today. When Tony started, we were laser focused on one issue in the cocoa industry, but as we've grown, our areas of impact have grown too. Our mission statement needs to be inclusive of all the work we do today, from addressing multidimensional poverty to remediating child labor and everything in between. Wow, it took one Google search to not falsely accuse someone of using child slavery? Yes. For the people who don't know, DOGPACK did falsely accuse someone of DV and AB.
Mr. Beast, DOGPACK404, put out his third video, Mr. Beast's Secret CEO, in which he was later proven to have accused an innocent man, James Warren, Mr. Beast's cousin, of domestic violence. He later admitted this on Twitter after his own source disproved him, and he looked into it himself and find out he accused the wrong guy.
This video is still up, by the way, after more than a month of people begging him to take it down. Disclaimer, he took it down a few days ago, but after almost 2 months and 3.1 million views, you're not getting off the hook that easily, Dawson. And the video of the false allegations is also still up. He also made life-ruining allegations against Lolcow Hill, who was the person that made the decision to fire DOGPACK. Here's an audio clip from the leaked firing interview at Beast.
That's not petty. That's not personally motivated at all.
Okay. It's unlisted, not down. Yeah, we know it's unlisted.
It's not petty. It's not petty, I swear.
So let's
No, it's not personally motivated.
Let's listen to part of this thing.
Here's an audio clip from the leaked firing interview at Beast.
I'm our CEO. Part of my job is that you're pushing back on everything that we're saying. So
Well, because you're trying to fire me, and I want to work at this company.
I'm the CEO of this company. If I'm talking, don't interrupt me. I'm telling you this is what's happening, and you're telling me
I'm talking.
Oh God damn!
That's why he
I am
decided
the
to take
CEO,
down
bitch.
Mr. Beast.
This is what. This was the moment. This also proves that I'm gonna disappear us for a second so people can see this real quick. We'll be right back, chat.
I've made the decision. Here, we will take care of it.
I appreciate that. Can I please have a second chance? I'm getting paid. Just let me come in and let me try to be coachable. If Hoodie changes his mind, can I? I've been trying to get to this point of working on Mr. Beast for a long time.
I wonder why he's trying to destroy Lolcow's life.
I think there are other people at the company. If I were to switch departments, that would be very happy to have me. I don't care about the salary.
It's not what happened.
Or Doc Scary.
He is
That's
begging
not how you talk.
for his fucking life because he knows he fucked up. He knows straight up that he fucked up. He knows and doesn't again, iPad child. And it is interesting. It's interesting that you left out that Lolcow was the person that fired you. Really interesting that you left that out. That this guy that you're accusing of raping, I'm gonna just say it. We aren't monetized. Of sexually assaulting male staffers was the guy that fired you. Now it doesn't throw out that may be the case, and there is some evidence that Lolcow was potentially fired or shifted around the company. That happens, just like the Catholic Church. But again, really interesting that you left out that the person who fired you, who let you go, is also the person whose life you're trying to destroy.
She's your hiring manager.
Or put a picture of his manager on his psychotic wall for no reason, but
This is his manager that he just put on the wall for no reason.
You tell me you don't have pictures of your managers?
Yes. So this is let's see, what was this again? Hold on.
I alter.
Happy to have me.
All right, let's just go back to what this was. Hold the RuneScape soundtrack.
Or Doc Scara.
She's your hiring manager.
Or put a picture of his manager on his
So Doc Scara was somebody in the company.
psychotic wall for no
This
reason.
is
but
Hoodie.
personal-
This is actually one of the people he will interview. That's already revealed. If I get it, if he's upset with the company, was his dream job that just didn't work out, but to randomly put me there as a form of revenge in front of millions made me see his video through the context of somebody with a grudge rather than fair criticism on the things that could have been done better. Random employee on your sex offender psychotic wall.
Spite. Coincidentally, all three of those people were in the room when DOGPACK was fired.
Car, we are still going to reimburse you.
This is the original contract and the original NDA.
It's like he's just doing all this out of a personal grudge. Yes.
We won't lie if we have to. I mean, I just try to be
Weird that everybody he has an issue with, he's not disclosing why he has an issue with them.
Crazy.
That's insane. The recording of that fucking God, I want that recording so bad. Please let it be. Let it leak. Show it all.
Selfless hero. You know, a selfless hero who, whenever he can, mentions that he didn't make these slanderous videos with any personal gain in mind.
That's like the whole point of this is the video's not monetized. It's on a new account.
Wait, what do you mean that's the whole point? You didn't say that.
Like, you know, in the description of my video, it says, or in the intro too, it says this is not monetized. Because if it's monetized, then people think I'm just doing it for clout and money.
But you're doing it to expose the truth on woke media.
Exactly.
But you're doing it to expose the truth on woke media.
Exactly.
I will say Ludwig did drop the ball on it. Not very, like, he pushed back a little bit more than the Oompaville one, but not by much. Oompaville was.
I don't care if you've seen his face.
Yeah.
The Oompaville one is bad, is really, really bad, because you could tell Oompa was going to ask some questions and then just completely denies to doing them. In the Ludwig one, I know there's a little bit of pushback to where, like, I think DOGPACK, like, leaves or does something dumb in the interview. Again, I haven't fully rewatched that interview. Probably, maybe I will. Probably I won't. But yeah, it's just fucking, all these people are stupid.
Exactly.
This is textbook manipulation. Him saying he's not gaining anything out of these videos is extremely deceptive. He gained 700,000 loyal subscribers, collaborations with huge creators, which he's clearly trying to abuse, and it's all built on lies, deceit, and manipulation. If there is one person who gained anything from all this, it's DOGPACK. And purely out of principle, I'm putting a mid-roll ad here. Here DOGPACK talks about how Mr. Beast scammed everyone by having people pay to get their memes sent to the moon, the rocket exploding, and them not offering refunds. First of all, people have shown proof of getting refunds even before the failed launch, just because it took longer than expected. Second of all, have you thought about a second launch? And as usual, I don't just have to take Dustin's word for it. The news article, which you put in your proof document, literally states the following. However, failure would not mean the end for S Robotic, which is the company Mr. Beast paid to carry a copy of the hard drive filled with the memes. It's certainly going to have some impact on our relationships and our ability to secure additional missions in the future, as Robotic already has a contract to fly another robotic lunar lander mission for NASA later this year. And this conveniently went unmentioned in your video.
3 years later, the spaceship finally launched, carrying beautiful pictures of deceased loved ones to the moon, where they would be immortalized. It fucking exploded.
Side note here, DOGPACK also uses another very manipulative tactic where he shows this stinky, dinky scrap metal rocket.
Yeah.
That is not a legit rocket.
Rockets explode. Rockets fail. Rockets fail to get to moon.
Also, that looks so fucking sketch. It looks more sketch than a. It looks more sketch than a SpaceX.
I can make that.
Greg, I'm coming over and we are building a rocket.
Yes, bring chocolate.
I will.
Want to build a rocket?
I will bring Kinderüberraschung, which is illegal in the USA because you all swallow plastic.
Oh God, you all. Again, this is just a weird one.
It instantly exploding, which made people believe that Mr. Beast was really trying to nickel and dime this entire space mission, while in reality the actual spacecraft carrying the hard drive was a high-quality Vulcan Centaur rocket made in collaboration with NASA as well as the ULA.
Oh God.
Launching a new era in spaceflight.
I love watching rockets
Stinky
launch.
rocket, high-quality spacecraft carrying the hard drive with memes from Mr. Beast. DOGPACK'S manipulation, reality. But Sagi,
Jesus
what about the
Christ.
insider knowledge he has from working there?
In my opinion, as somebody who worked for Mr. Beast,
it has been proven time and time again, he only worked there for 20 workdays. As a new employee in like a 250 to 300 employee company, you're not gonna get much credible insider knowledge in 20 days. But he also had anonymous text messages from ex-Mr. Beast employees. Well, see, I have two notes on that. One is that I feel like anonymous text messages can be used as tangible proof if either you have the receipts to back them up, or you as a person can be trusted to not have faked or manipulated them.
Yeah.
Which, I don't think we can trust
Hey,
Dawson on
Falgi,
that
I'm
one.
sending you an anonymous message now.
Oh, are you?
For my secret source.
Thank you. What is your secret source? What do they tell me?
You know, I can tell.
Oh, okay. You can't tell. Thank you.
But they claim you're gay.
I am gay. I
believe him.
I never denied that.
The claim has been proven.
Claims proven now. No, it's just like, again, this dude is just like, it's part of the issue is that he has a history of lying, and then he also has a history of having uncredible sources, like with the what was the secret CEO dude, where they're like, yeah, we've heard he's beat his wife, maybe nobody knows. It's like, dog, we can't trust you because half the shit you say isn't true, and the people that you're relying on are also unreliable.
You can pretty much claim anything comes from an anonymous source. I can send you a message now and you can claim, oh, my anonymous source just told me.
I know. It's just like insane. Oh, yeah.
From legitimate ex-Mr. Beast employees. they're wrong. This text, for example, which DOGPACK uses as a foundation for MrBeast rigging his challenges, according to them, after a shift change in the 100 Boys v Girls video, no girls were eliminated when closing off their circles, so it was pretty much rigged. They think? Okay, love the lack of confidence in their own claims, and the lack of confidence makes sense. Because if you simply watch the 100 Girls v Boys video, you can clearly see a girl got eliminated during that part of the challenge. And in this behind the scenes video, you can even see how many cameras they had to make sure the challenge wasn't rigged.
So we could constantly monitor it. This is the kind of stuff we don't normally show. We had to have 6 or 7 people here monitoring every angle, because if they just touch the red line, they're out.
He also used this video as a prime example of MrBeast never using random subscribers, even though multiple people who can be identified by their nameplate can be proven to be random, non-influencer contestants from outside of North Carolina.
They are never random subscribers. If you subscribe, you will not win $1 million.
I subscribed to MrBeast and literally won $1 million.
Oh boy.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend.
Yeah, Dawson. Because they were filling in for contestants who had COVID at the time. You can see MrBeast's girlfriend publicly talking about this in a podcast from years ago, by the way.
Mrs. Beast? That you were in the video 100 Girls vs 100 Boys for $500,000.
Yes, that was an accident. On the day, everybody had to go for COVID tests.
I think this is she's the wino ex. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. This could be his current girlfriend. I don't know. I just remember one of them. Didn't know he was.
You only remember one of them.
Well, no, because like he would. One of the accusations against Jimmy is that Jimmy was also abusive to his girlfriend, and then like in like leaked like messages, apparently they called her like a wino. Again, I don't remember if this is the one that was. I don't remember if this is the one that made like the weird fucking Instagram posts. I will have to look up the stuff on that again. Again, that's not the point. The point is that like he fucking still lying.
A lot of people came, got their COVID test, and they tested positive. And the girls somehow ended up with way too little contestants. So I got a call randomly from the studio, and they're like, we need a female.
What, you wanted them to let contestants with COVID participate in the challenge? And in this podcast, she also says that the contestants were informed beforehand that even if they lost, they'd still receive the $5,000 prize money.
Which was the plot twist. Even if you leave, you get to keep the $5,000, which makes it easier for people to leave the circle.
Yeah.
So the goal was, it was sort of a psychological test, really.
And people know that if they left, that they would still win.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the big plot twist, which I'm a huge fan of.
So not only were you wrong on all accounts, this is probably the worst
It's
video
almost
you could
like
have possibly...
he didn't have prior knowledge to anything prior to him working there for 20 days.
Do we know
Crazy.
Do we know who DOGPACK voted for?
We are not doing this.
What?
We are DOGPACK didn't vote. DOGPACK is 100% a person that won't vote because he says that he can't, or he voted for a third party, like
Kanye.
Yeah, he definitely voted for Kanye. He definitely voted for Kanye. Jesus Christ.
Tried building your case on that MrBeast challenges are rigged, and then your only other example of this accusation is the "in 10 minutes this room will explode" video.
I want to show one more example. This is a real-time video, meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life, and the timer is clearly added in post.
Okay, this is just getting embarrassing at this point, but you sent me this picture, Dawson, to seem more credible by proving you were on the set of a video, and if you look real closely at the picture that you took, you'll notice that it's the set from the 10-minute video, where you can see that the timer was in fact not added in post.
So you could assume
that
producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water.
Assume my ass. You didn't assume shit, you're breaking your NDA by spreading confidential info you knew from being on that set. And yes, I do give permission to anyone whose life got damaged by Dawson French to use my video against him in court.
The producers might know how long it takes for the water
That's real.
Amazing.
That's some real petty bitch material. I like that.
So they can sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close.
No, they did it for safety, as to not force someone to exert extreme force trying to turn valves underwater in a room submerged in water. Just like they replaced contestants who had COVID with employees, because for safety reasons. A thing you so vehemently claim they lack at the company. Same with this video, where a safety team forced the MrBeast crew off of their raft in the 7 Days Stranded at Sea video for about an hour because of this dangerous lightning storm. store. Wait, what was it you said again?
You can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But you didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht.
Oh yeah. You lied about them allegedly sleeping on a luxurious production yacht. No, they were forced to stay on a rusty barge for about an hour for their own safety and went back on their raft as soon as a life-threatening lightning storm passed. And here is video.
How dare them not risk their life for the video?
The fact that there's video proof from an actual employee who did this shit. Dogpack, you just suck. You literally just suck. Your sources were terrible. That, or your sources were the lowest rung at the totem pole.
Proof from the rusty barge.
Like, I can't.
This is very
Wow,
luxurious.
What a luxurious yacht! Now you can still argue about the fact that they went off of the raft, but I don't think it's faking a challenge when you're forced by your safety team to leave.
Yeah, again, you think Survivor ain't fucking fixed? Like there ain't like people there? Like yeah, there's the reality things that they're.
He didn't die. Fake video.
Yeah, didn't die. Fake video.
Yeah, right.
Your raft once to get on a rusty barge for about an hour to sit out a life-threatening lightning storm, to then get back on the raft as soon as possible. It's making sure people don't die. On one side, you're preaching...
Yes, because here's the thing, right? In the case...
Nobody wants that lawsuit.
Well, not even just that. In the case of emergency, there has to be trained professionals and a safety measure literally, like, within spitting distance. You don't think that the man who is making all of this money is not going to have something like safety? Like, come on. Come on. Come on!
Your peace company isn't safe enough! But then you use every single example of them actually implementing safety protocols against them as if they're doing it to rig challenges, or not always use random subscribers. Do I really have to explain why they don't use complete strangers in challenges that include a man and a woman having to stay together in a small enclosed space for 100 days? Pick a side, Dawson. Do you want them to fucking die for a challenge? Or do you want them to be safe? That's why the 24 people in a circle for $1 million video didn't get published. Which Dawson insinuates was to force more people to buy shirts, and then they'd run away with the profit.
We're gonna have 24 people. We're gonna put them in 24 different circles.
Jake Riddle didn't die. Fake
video.
video.
Fun, you know what I'm saying?
Also, this video never happened. There is no Mr. Beast video of 24 people in circles competing for $1 million. So, like, did they just pocket the money or what?
Well, again, it was because of peak COVID. And this time, I'll let a contestant who took part in that 24 people in the circle for $1 million challenge explain what happened. I've heard that you were in the 24 people in the circle compete for $1 million
another person you can interview.
About how you were invited to that challenge, what kind of happened, why it was never published.
Mr. Beast started that 24-hour live stream where he was signing t-shirts.
God, help
me.
His hair so gray, but his ears so brown.
We'll just put this on in the background, we'll watch it the whole time.
Just happens sometimes.
And he's giving away tickets, and I just kept blowing up the comment section. I didn't even buy a shirt. I won one of the invitations through the comment section.
It's brown. It's gray on the
bottom. For free, as like a free participation. No purchase necessary, I guess.
Yeah, during like the height of COVID and everything. It was actually in November. We quarantined for 2 weeks. It was a super nice hotel, like 2 bedrooms. They bring meals to our room 3 times a day. It was good food. Just wanted to keep everybody safe and make sure that we're doing protocols the best way that we could to engage in this video.
He's a monster.
COVID tested, did a giant circle. It was 24 of us. Right in the middle, there's $1 million. And we competed for a few days. All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, one of the subcontractors that worked for the team came in and kind of rushed the gun and didn't wait for his COVID results. And he tested positive. And he came out and he's like, guys, I hate to do this, but one of the guys on the crew has tested positive.
A monster. Mr. Beast is a monster.
Killjoy says it's likely that the firing thing came from Mr. Beast's team trying to disseminate info. Lol, who knows? Oh, I have a suspicion of how this guy got this.
Positive. I got to keep you all safe. So they canceled the video and they apologized. They sent us all home with $10,000. That's an apology after the new year in January or something like that. We actually got the call again.
Beast. You know what? I'm on DOGPACK'S side now.
And they brought us all back out. And they're like, it's not going to be a 2-week quarantine. We're going to do like a 4 or 5 day quarantine. And
let's go.
During that period of time, pretty much everybody got COVID, including myself.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
This video was cursed.
We can't do it because everybody's sick, but we'll make it up to you in the future. Again, even then, he gave us like financial contributions to help.
Did they split just like the $1 million over everyone?
There's this weird thing where like you could blame Mr. Beast for a lot, but it's very clear, and I do, but it's very clear spread the money around to keep people quiet is very interesting. And I don't mean to say that as maliciously as that may sound.
Yes, you do.
No, not necessarily. But like, it's very clear that they used their money because they knew the video would make money. So it's like one of those things where it's like, I can't even like, he paid people. That's like a weird, like, good job, like, handshake moment.
How dare he pay
How
people?
dare him pay people?
Just like weird.
Mr. Beast made COVID.
Oh
He
my
did just so
god.
he can pay
Mr.
people.
Beast was in the lab in Wuhan, China, making
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
They just split the entire $1 million prize money over every 24 contestants.
They took the $1 million and divided it through the 24.
They gave you guys $1,240,000 in total, I guess.
To stay in a hotel room.
Jesus Christ. You guys get the point that this guy is about as trustworthy as Richard Nixon during Watergate. And at this point, he has broken his NDA, committed serious defamation time and time again, and in the process harmed not just Mr. Beast, but also several other innocent people, who clearly mean nothing more to him than collateral damage. I'm actually surprised people don't want this guy sued, but hey, I'm no lawyer, so I don't know what's illegal. So I called
Commentary wants it. Commentary would love it. I would love to see it. I want to hear it.
Giant Depp trial.
Oh, please, God.
Is surely not legal. By now, the results of an investigation done into the Mr. Beast LLC by an external third-party law firm have been shared and completely aligns with all of the evidence I found. So if at this point you still choose to believe this guy, I kindly want to ask you to stop watching my video and continue putting crayons up your nose while drooling over DOGPACK'S face. Hey! What, however, is legal is the second illegal lottery.
But almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of internet gambling or sweepstakes laws.
I thought it was him. I was like, keep going. Wait, let's go. Wait, it's literally like his initial. Who is it? My cousin. Wait, really?
Actually, that's illegal.
Actually, that's not illegal. Only immediate family
Oh,
can partake in
Lord.
your sweepstakes, and the cousin is not immediate family. It would have been illegal to exclude Chandler's cousin,
Yes.
unless if specified in the rules of that specific giveaway.
Not looking up gaming law is weird. Why would you not do that for your video?
And your snippet isn't from those rules. It's from some lawyer's equivalent to Stack Overflow.
So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using Mr. Beast's signature. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud.
Maybe ask your immediate family. I mean,
How is...
You want...
The man is tired of writing his autograph.
He wants Mr. Beast to break his hand to make it.
God damn it.
To autograph 1 million
Jimmy, you must
shirts.
suffer.
What do you mean it's forging? His signature. He's not signing legal tender, you dumb fuck! God, you know what? I haven't watched a lot of DOGPACK'S shit. Because it's just like, I didn't watch the first video because I was so exhausted with all the Mr. Beast shit. But God, is this guy a fucking moron?
Lawyer next time, because your opinions are fucking stupid. It's completely legal and fine to use someone else's signature if they gave you formal consent to do so, and it doesn't devalue the signature.
Months later, Mr. Beast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries.
Nope. Mr. Beast had no purchase necessary in the description, and
God.
even though they did say things
Yeah,
like...
it's literally him saying fucking explode to Mr. Beast.
Orders, or that we throw
It's like
items.
every lottery is
Somebody
illegal.
screamed in chat, I want to switch. Hey, buy a shirt.
If they ended up picking out of both free and paid entries for those giveaways behind the scenes, which there is no reason to believe they didn't, well, then that is legal in live streams. However, I do agree that it's very scummy and manipulative advertising in my opinion. Now,
Yes. This is what I've been saying. It's why I don't like how Mr. Beast got famous. I think this shit is insane. Half the reason he got fucking famous is people fucking subscribing and hoping to like get $1 million. I do think that's predatory, and the fact that YouTube never stepped in is fucking insane to me. However, it's legal. Is it scummy? Yes.
Do I really care? No.
Yeah, like I don't care because I'm not gonna be a part of it. I don't get mad when other people make money. I find that fucking strange.
Even though I have disproven most of these accusations, there's still a few that I have to investigate deeper. And since DOGPACK 404 declined every interview offer, the only other place I could dig up the truth is in the belly of...
You know, him just talk. The DMs are just him like being, hey, do you want to talk about these things? Like, not really.
the beast.
Oh man, North
Not
Carolina?
really, you will ask
Isn't
too
that
many
the boring
questions.
part of the US?
Oh well.
Now, on my 8-hour sleep-deprived flight, I had a lot of time to
Jimmy's
think.
belly.
Watch
Jimmy
Minions,
Belly.
And there was one question that just kept bugging me.
Mr.
Why did
Beast.
DOGPACK commit such serious defamation and violate his NDA? Why risk your entire life just to spread lies about a YouTuber? So, I went over everything I knew about DOGPACK to try and figure out his motivations. I rewatched his first 2 job applications for Mr. Beast, which both got denied, and they seemed obsessive at best and pretentiously unprofessional at worst. I went over his personal Reddit account, that 5-head guy, which, for the geriatrics watching, 5-head is hip internet lingo for when a person says something very smart, so he's calling himself very smart, which is pretty pretentious and cringe.
God.
I was starting to see multiple patterns here. Hundreds of obsessive posts and comments on the Mr. Beast subreddit. New Mr. Beast interview just dropped. Feasible designs. Him being pretentious, saying he would do shorts better than the current shorts team at Mr. Beast. Rants whenever people criticized his video IDs. Another third 15-minute long obsessive Mr. Beast job application where he goes into depth on viewer psychology, showcasing how aware he is of how every small piece of a video can be used to manipulate the viewer in one way or another. It now made sense why Dawson used the exact same content cop outfit as iDubbbz, or why he kept repeating his videos weren't monetized, or how he was able to frame and manipulate every lie as if it were the truth. It really all was viewer manipulation? This entire Reddit account just seems like the online embodiment of an unhealthy Mr. Beast obsession. So then I went over his erratic DMs to me where he threatened to slander me with nothing but false claims. Luckily when he did that, I still had bulletproof receipts, so Dawson had no choice but to back down. Nonetheless, this once again proved to me how DOGPACK accuses and tries silencing people without any fact-checking and completely tries warping the truth to push his personal agenda. So, was he really just doing all this because his ego couldn't accept the fact that he got fired from his dream job after only 3 weeks at a YouTuber he was obsessed with? Maybe I'm gonna get some more answers at the Mr. Beast company, but for now, I'll just rewatch Minions for a 3rd time.
Oh god.
Hi, Dustin Harris. You are
Minions?
the, rogue.
So, yeah. Minions are interesting. Yes, his Reddit is unhinged. We looked at his Reddit the last time. It's very weird. So Dustin is the guy that he's been getting videos, comments about. This is the gentleman that he's been interviewing for a period of time. This last segment is a lot of employee interviews. It's very interesting, I will say. This is where I don't know stuff.
Employee, and I first of all wanted to ask you what you do at Mr. Beast, what your role is, and why you decided to reach out and correct some of the accusations that have been made.
I worked for Jimmy almost 6 years.
Okay.
Going on 6 years. I've been a writer.
Videos glitching.
Okay, that's you. You guys have to.
No. Remember we tried this and it didn't work.
Oh, I have to disconnect from the call again.
Thank you.
Get out of here. Leave. Damn it.
Hi, Falgi.
Hello. All right, we're back, folks.
Writer, director, producer, production coordinator, an assistant, executive assistant, head of production, head of creative, head of construction.
Hold up. There we go. Sorry.
You name it. I've done everything that I can do in this company, and not just to see people slander the work that you've done, but to know that it's lies and misinformation will make anybody speak up, to be honest.
Hi, Emily. You worked at Mr. Beast. Can you tell me how long you've been working there?
I've been working there for shortly over a year as of like 4 days ago. I'm the ideation strategist right now, ideation generator, coordinator, so that's my official title.
If I remember correctly, that is also where Dawson worked, or for the internet, DOGPACK 404.
So this was something, again, like we said at the top, and I'm sure it was something that Beckett had asked from Cope and Seed. DOGPACK was very secretive of what he did at Mr. Beast Co. Be really interesting if we could finally fucking know what he did. Would be really interesting.
Worked closely together with you.
Yeah, it was me and him in the department for about 2 weeks. It was just the two of us, and Hoodie was overseeing us.
Everybody calls me Hoodie because all I did back in the day 8 years ago was run my own YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hoodie. I got to work all over in different departments. I've been creative. I've been in ideation right now as far as thumbnail.
When you're saying ideation manager, I guess then you were the manager of Dawson or DOGPACK 404.
I was the manager of DOGPACK 404 for a time being.
I've heard some stories of people feeling kind of off when he was hired, and I was wondering, why did you hire him?
I didn't hire that guy. No, I inherited that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you didn't. Okay, how did that come to be?
Inherited
The
him.
real thing that actually happened was he applied to Beast while I was still the creative manager. He applied to Beast twice, and I saw his interview and went, interesting. He's got an analytical brain.
Yeah.
That's not creative. Like what he's talking about just won't fit what we're trying to do with our videos. So I turned him down the first time.
Okay.
Then he applies a second time a couple months later.
To ideation, I guess.
Still the creative.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, nah, this guy's still like he's got like an interesting mind, but I don't know. I think he'd probably fit somewhere else in like a different department or a different channel. Who knows? He's clearly smart, but nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. A void opened up, something random happened. He spawned in on the channel.
He spawned
He
in.
spawned.
Is a fucking
Amazing.
So like this is something that we discussed when we were kind of looking over some of the way he looks at
Suddenly
things.
he was here.
Yeah, he is like a weird pseudo intellectual. And that was one of the things he was like, we can maximize the channel. We can fucking touch the kids. We can do all these things. Oh God, fucking damn it.
What the fuck did you say?
Don't say touching
What
the
did you
kids.
say? What did you say?
Where's Cloudy?
What did you
We
say?
get the leash.
No,
We can
no.
touch the kid.
You can't
What?
summon her. Don't do that.
What?
No, you get the leash.
No, stop. That's not what I meant. No, stop.
What the fuck, bro?
I meant. I said.
Apology, you can say that.
I meant reach the kids.
Mhm.
God damn.
Oh, you mean because they're in arm's reach? What do you mean?
No, stop.
Someone please clip that.
No, please don't. I meant reach
Saving
the kids.
I'm
I
saving
meant
that.
reach them.
Yeah, I'm saving that to my Falgi.Exe.
No, I meant reach the kids, because that was the thing, is that he wanted to constantly pull in demographics. He thought that there were unutilized markets, that it wasn't just the kids that were unutilized, it was also older adults. I got to put the...
Play the video. Stop talking.
Just randomly in ideation, I got summoned into a room and got told by our leaders, they're like, hey, there's a gap in ideation and thumbnail. I need somebody to go in there and help. Can you be that guy? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go in.
Okay.
And I went in, and that's the first time I met Dawson.
Dawson sent me a screenshot of messages he had between you and him. Can you just verify that these are real? These are...
Yes,
Yeah,
those
okay.
messages are...
These are... Yo, let's come to set with a deck tomorrow, just in case Jimmy wants you to pitch any ideas, so we could just meet in the office, blah, 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 blah. Good impression. Agreed. I was at set an hour ago, met with Tyler's PA Sam, and pitched to Nolan too. Hoodie never showed up. Oh, that's nice. Awesome. Well, I guess we probably won't have to go to set tomorrow then. Regardless, it would be good to get a deck set up. I'm happy to help. I'm down to go to set tomorrow. I will still have to pitch Hoodie and meet with Tyler later. Set. This is lit. I want to see them.
Between me and Dawson.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Can you tell me a bit about your relationship with Dawson during both of you guys working there? Was there something that felt off?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, me and Dawson were cordial. Like, I tried to keep it professional. I think he tried his best to keep it professional, but I will say it was a little uncomfortable with just me and him in the office. He seemed pretty disinterested in making genuine connections with people at the company. He gave weird vibes, for sure.
That's such a weird thing to say.
He gave weird vibes.
He just
To be
gave
fair, he
bad
acts like a
vibes.
skinwalker.
He does look like a skinwalker. I'm not gonna lie. He fucking
I said he acts like
Acts.
a skinwalker, not that he looks like a skinwalker.
I said it
people
though.
peeler.
I fucking said it. I don't give a shit. Like he fucking looks uncomfortable in all areas that is existing. Jesus Christ.
And I felt like very uncomfortable working in the office with him. He didn't seem to work too well with others.
Okay.
It seemed like he had no respect for Hoodie. He didn't take any of Hoodie's advice. It seemed like he didn't think he knew what Hoodie was doing. But yeah, Dawson definitely did
thought
not
he
like
couldn't do
Hoodie.
better than
Yeah,
Hoodie.
did not
Yeah,
like
he
Hoodie,
thought
did
he
not
could
show
do
him any
better.
respect,
That's
even
what it
though he
was.
was his superior, and he was trying to train him into being a better ideation strategist.
So there was a leaked document.
This part now for chat. For those who are still with us, thank you so much for being here. I know in some areas of the world,
Why are you awake?
it's 4 a.m. for me.
Oh.
What do you mean? It's 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's not even 4.
I mean,
What do you mean?
This part is
3:30.
insane.
About like work culture, and there was a line in there. No, it doesn't mean no, and it has a pretty negative connotation. And I was wondering because you as a woman working at Beast, what was your reaction when reading that no, it doesn't mean no thing? And
So I actually wrote that part. Like, yeah.
A woman wrote that. Remember when everyone was like far-reaching, saying that was rape culture inside of Mr. Beast Co? A woman wrote that because there were things that they wanted to talk about in regards to video production. Real fucking weird, right?
That's why it's funny. Yeah, because I actually wrote this thing with Jimmy doing this. The whole reason why this thing exists in the first place is because we are growing so fast, people-wise. It's like, okay, how do we give them artificial Jimmy time? Like, how do we teach them what CTR is, teach them what 1 out of 10 is? Like, how do you say, okay, this is how we think about creative. This is how what it takes to be successful here. You know, based off of the hard things we got to do.
Everyone wants Jimmy time.
I need you both to stop. I need you. Greg, save me.
No.
God damn it, Greg.
Greg wanted Jimmy time too.
Right? No doesn't mean no is wildly taken out of context, I think, in this situation, because in the way that we mean it, it's a sales tactic. It's like, again, like I mentioned, like you call a crane operator and go, hey man, I need you to drop a jet from your crane. And they're like, huh? No, I can't do that, right? And so for us, it's more like, well, why can't you do that? And they're like, oh, well, I don't have the manpower to do this. And it's like, okay, well, how do we help you get past that, right? Can we help get you more labor? Is it like that's what it means, because like we wouldn't have a company if we stopped at no at face value, right? Because if everybody that told us no, we couldn't do some of the crazy things that we've done. In no sense of the word, in the context means, like, as a female, if somebody comes up to me and says an inappropriate comment, like, they keep trying. Like, not at all.
Okay,
you know
because that was
like,
kind of concerning, I guess. But
well,
yeah,
like, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Like, in any sense of the word, it's like, no, like, it's a sales tactic. It's been around long before, like, we put it down.
Again, remember when DOGPACK was like, oh, this is the culture that they create. This is not a good culture, guys. Really interesting how, again, lack of, personal relations with the disgruntled people that you're talking to. Weird.
On paper.
The truth of the matter is we were 4.5 weeks out of that video and we didn't have
So this says
a hole or a train. And
hold up.
the truth of the matter
Okay, it just says controlled opposition, but jokes aside, this person wanted to be censored, but did not want his voice to be distorted.
we were 4.5 weeks out of that video and we didn't have a hole or a train. And I don't know if you know anything about digging dirt, but it takes a long time to dig a hole that deep. And the location we ended up shooting it at happens to be a close personal friend of mine, and just happened to have a 50-foot deep quarry that was already dug. And the creative behind the video was that it was an 80-foot hole. So I had to get it dug another 30 feet in 4 weeks, which that much limestone is a lot to do. So we hired a massive excavating team to come out and dig the other 30 feet out. And then the reason that the hole is CG'd in the video is because of safety, right? We needed to create a back wall that the train wouldn't crash into and potentially kill people. So the hole is a little bit bigger than the video that we put lifts and cameras on that were far enough.
How dare them make the hole seem smaller so the train didn't look as small in the edit, but in reality, there's just a bunch of people off camera.
A way that the train wouldn't hit them and no one would die, right? So it was all a safety concern. It was not about...
Dude, you can't...
Come on, either all or nothing.
You're being too German, please.
All or nothing.
That's what you have her for.
God damn it, dude.
Faking a hole at all.
War crime stuff, that was a joke. Why did you make that joke?
I didn't work on that video. I was in the company at the time. I was working on a separate project, and I got a call, and they were like, "Hey, Jake's not doing so hot."
Yeah.
And so I came in, and the assessment was accurate. He was not doing so hot.
Okay.
I just kind of I was talking to him. I was trying to cheer him up.
Stop saying all
I
or
made that
nothing,
joke. It's a war crime. I didn't think it was going to turn into a bunch of thumbnails and titles on YouTube, but it was serious. I mean, it was obviously a joke. It was definitely framed a little more maliciously.
Yeah,
in the video.
They didn't insinuate it as a joke in the video. They didn't show like the war crime definition of war crime.
So again, being said.
Which can you?
This is what you would hope from actual journalism, right? This is what you would hope from someone who's actually investigating a topic, especially on something so large as Mr. Beast and the many allegations and the ways that a YouTube channel may cut corners to get bigger and bigger which they do. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that. Yes, thank you.
They do. Again,
I do think that the subscriber bullshit is fucking predatory. I do. I always have. But again, it's things that internally YouTube didn't solve. Why are we bitching about it now? People bitched about it before. You're claiming that those people weren't compensated, but Sagi Cereal has shown otherwise. And they've been compensated. And in one instance, not only was the gentleman compensated, he was compensated more after the fact because he did use the money irresponsibly, and the company at some level felt responsibility to him.
Talk a bit about, like, since you were friends with Jake Weddle, did he talk about it afterwards, or do you know, like, how it came to be that he had such a rough time in that challenge, in that isolation challenge?
Again, I didn't work on the video, so all I can do is I can kind of speculate. So I'll answer you by saying the process we normally go through when we cast. We usually find someone who we think is going to be good for a video, and we usually work with them leading up to the video, letting them know not exactly the challenges that we're going to be doing, but round about the level of difficulty that challenges are going to be, and then we kind of lay out the challenge, right? We've never really had that issue up to that point, and we haven't ever had that issue since that point. You know, we've even done we've done videos like the Trap Together video that had.
It's almost like Jake. It was the problem.
It's the problem.
And that's like part of the reason why that video didn't air. Weird.
Really, really similar aspects to the video Jake was in, and they had a
weird how, like, maybe, just maybe,
also,
Jake was the problem.
Also, do you see how they have these little blankets over their heads to blind out the light when they want to sleep?
Yeah, weird.
So it's funny
strange.
how Jake never got the idea. Do you never do that? But like, I do it in the summer, like it doesn't get too dark here until midnight. So I also pull the blanket over my head to make it dark. Crazy.
Jake's a comedian. He's not an idea guy.
He's not even funny.
I know, dude. He's not funny. He spent
He's the
50K.
most funny comedian.
He spent 50K on a failed career. We know.
Positive experience after the fact. I mean, it was a tough challenge for them. They released these videos after
How do you do that?
Now,
Wait, you don't know that he spent 50K?
I don't know
on it?
Jake Weddle.
So the money that Jake spent or got from Mr. Beast, he spent on comedy workshops and trying to do like his own special shit. And then he would complain that he has student loans.
I hope he spends the new money he gets from Mr. Beast also on his career and fails miserably.
And he also
I hate this man.
lives
He's so
apparently
unfunny.
in a nice part of New York too, like the city.
Go off, dude.
Yep.
that doesn't take away the way that Jake felt in that video, and I would never do that. You know, I saw the guy; he was not doing so hot. You know, and I don't know what happened in there.
Yeah,
specifically.
I don't think he was doing hot because he's crazy.
To make that happen, I don't. You know, I know Jake. He's not lying when he said he had a bad time. You know, I don't want to say that it was 100% Jake is the reason that challenge didn't turn out the way that it was supposed to turn out. Some people approach challenges just completely different, and that's the thing is, my brain tells me that if other people have gone through similar challenges and they've turned out okay, then maybe it's not the challenge. And I'm not the type of person that holds grudges. And I know I still work here now, and I know he's still making videos, and I know people like I have friends that are like, I can't believe you're still talking to Jake Weddle, and I'm like, you know, in 10 years, none of this is going to matter between him and I. And I'm sure we'll have a beer together because it's in the grand scheme of things.
Why would you have a beer with Jake Weddle?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That's a little...
I'm not judging you for most of this, but I'm judging you for that.
Yeah, I'm
thinking it.
Yeah, I'm not judging you in
I'm
regard...
not saying that because he's on Jake Weddle's side, but because he hangs out with someone that is insufferable.
That's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get the words out.
Yeah. I'm about to say,
that's all.
It's not that I judge you for being Jake's friend. It's that
I judge you.
I think it's just a little bit naive to think that, again, that people like Jake or Rosanna didn't also see this as an opportunity to get Mr. Beast, to get back at Mr. Beast. They are not victims. They are co-conspirators. It's just how it is.
Him is more important than anything anybody's going to say online. When he spoke out, I know what he ran into as well. I know he ran into people that sent him hate. I know he ran into people that were sending him death threats. I know that he got doxxed. I know his phone number got leaked. And in that scenario, you know, as messed up as it sounds, like he couldn't really turn to any of his friends at Beast because he had kind of just
Yeah, would
Yeah,
be
he
kind
burned
of
everybody.
conflict.
Kind of just
Yeah.
upset everyone at Beast.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who does he have to turn to? He has to turn towards Rosanna and DOGPACK and all the people that are making these videos about us. I mean, I think he found a family and he found a home. I
Where's
don't fault the
blunt
guy for
rotation?
sticking with that little.
Oh, this family where everyone uses each other.
Somehow turning to those people is worse than getting doxxed. It's really weird. It is a weird thing. Cool anime girls. To be fair though, sometimes when you're friends, you let go shit, and you hope that it will be gotten over in the future, and you could just hang with a friend. Yeah, I don't disagree. Again, not really judging him for like being a friend with this guy. I'm more just being like,
terrible taste in friend.
Yeah. Like this is
I
a guy.
get from the small clips in this video alone, I just get weird vibes from him.
Yeah.
Jake, yes.
Oh, you don't know about Jake. So here's something Jake revealed about himself that no one needed to know.
Wait. Almost if I know this.
Oh, that's a pedophile.
No, I don't. Wait,
His
go
father's a pedophile.
ahead. Oh, right.
And the reason he revealed that
That's
was because
right.
the whole Delaware thing upset him so greatly, but yet people would make jokes about his daddy being a pedophile. But then he would constantly reference it, and it was really uncomfortable.
You know what? They
In a
probably
video,
made
yeah.
jokes about it because he also always made it, and instead of being uncomfortable, they tried to joke along. Is what
Yeah.
I would guess.
It was very bizarre. It was really, really uncomfortable. Like when he said it, I was like, why are you stop?
Why would you say that?
Like,
you learned this against your will.
yeah, it was like I didn't. Not only did I not want to know this,
nobody wanted to know this. Nobody needed to know this.
yeah, not only did no one need to know this, that doesn't change what Delaware did. It doesn't change his crime. Like, I don't understand. It didn't make it any better or any worse. It's like, why? Why?
Group of people making videos. Like, yeah. It just makes sense. So something I also want to ask you about is about Lolcow Hill, and there was some mismanagement from him towards his assistant. There are some allegations out there, but nothing concrete so far. And yeah, can you tell me a bit about what really went on with Lolcow Hill?
Yeah, so like just to kind of give you background on like when someone reports something to HR, which like would have been me at the time because it was years ago. Yeah. Whenever somebody reports it, I go, hey, okay, like thank you, I appreciate it. We're gonna make sure that we do everything we can to look into it. Then we always hire a third party company, either a lawyer or someone that's like not here to like prove one person right or wrong, but like a true unbiased party. And so then like everybody talks to him, like the person, his assistant would have talked to them, Lolcow would have talked to them, and any person that they named as witnesses or potential proof of text messages, like pictures, anything, like this company would have dealt with. And then they write a report and then they go, hey, here's what you should do, right? And so that's what they do. And then internally what we do is like, okay, the assistant, like, what do you want to happen, right? If
it sounds like it was some form of sexual harassment. If this is what they're assuming, again, it is not okay if your direct superior does shit like this, and it is fucked up that businesses will just shuffle them around until they can get back to a position relative to what their credentials or status is. It is grossly inappropriate, and Mr. Beast Co. should answer for that. Unfortunately, it's not something uncommon even in the business world. It's like, I hate to say that, but if he was a valuable employee from a managerial and like not just managerial, but just like chief operating officer point of view, which I believe he was COO at the time of DOGPACK being fired, which is a chief operating officer, they're just going to shift them around. If that is the case.
If it's this, if it's that, like
and
obviously
they also could be playing this down. Again, this is all PR speak. This is not confirming or denying anything. This is just like, well, if this did happen, we would have taken these steps. We don't know if those steps were taken. We don't know what happened.
he's gone. Like, that's not okay in any workplace, you know?
If it's like confirmed that there is
Confirmed,
something.
yeah, like, like, of course, like, we're not gonna hang on to that, right? And so, and he's like, yeah, I don't necessarily want him to be fired, but like, I don't want to be around him, I don't want to see him, like, it's just really uncomfortable for me, you know? So we're like, okay, great. So like, I actually worked with him to come up with a list of like jobs that he wanted, because again, if the person who he's assisting is not here, like, it's like, okay, well, now what's your job? Like, so it was like, we came up with everything he was interested.
So it seems like there was a weird, it seems like potentially Falgi, also certain states have laws preventing on-the-spot firing. Yeah, I believe North Carolina doesn't, but I could be wrong. It also could have been in this contract in a weird way. I also, from what I can kind of gander, if they took the extra mile with this assistant, yes, it could have been a very hush-hush thing, which I don't deny. There also could be a lot more gray area where maybe an illicit relationship was formed between the two. Again, that's conjecture. And obviously the assistant felt uncomfortable by it after maybe some introspection, or things like that. Or again, just blatant sexual harassment, which is also the case. That could be the case.
In like what he wanted to do and stuff like that, and move him into a different role. And we said, hey, you won't have to see LaQuoya again. We're gonna like move him completely out. It wasn't a secret. Like, we moved him to a new company idea that we had. He was the only person in that company. He wasn't even on site. He wasn't working in the building. He wasn't anything like that. Like, we just said, hey, we think this is a cool idea. Go figure it out.
Good on
and
them.
So he went on his own to go figure that out. And then the assistant worked with us for a long time. And then when he wasn't here anymore, I think it was like almost a year after the assistant like had chosen to do whatever he wanted to do. Then we were like, okay, we'll bring LaQuoya back to help, because at this point there's no conflict anymore. So that's really what it was. Like, it was no, oh, we're gonna go hide LaQuoya over here, and like, I mean, even now LaQuoya doesn't work for us anymore. Most of the
I disagree. I disagree. I do think it's a hiding, but that's my opinion on the scenario. I disagree with their internal assessment.
This is very much an HR response to something.
Yeah.
This is very much HR.
Remember,
like, I've heard similar statements by HR before.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm not satisfied with that answer. I do believe that they hit him in a different corner. I do think that from what they're saying, if to be taken at face value, that potentially the relationship between LaQuoya and his assistant was a lot more complicated and a lot more gray than anyone would like to admit. Still, nobody should do that. No direct superior should be having sexual relationships, or at least, at the very minimum, any sexual sexual conversations with their direct superiors or people that they have any power over. It's just grossly inappropriate. But more importantly, the way I look at it is that shouldn't have happened. Like, LaQuoya not being fired on the spot and being shoved to a different company and now no longer working for them, but was working for them early enough for DOGPACK to be fired, is like, they weren't working for you as of when? Part of this year?
Right.
Because DOGPACK only worked for Mr. Beast this year, I think.
April to May, maybe?
Yes, but
some of April to some of May.
Was it 2023 or 2024?
I thought all the stuff was saying 20.
I thought it was this year, but it could.
I think
maybe
it's
it was
this
last
year.
year.
Was it this year or last year? If somebody can just double check on me that for me, or if somebody knows off the top of their head, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, this shuffling is clear. Like, hey, we're just gonna throw the problem away, like, and not address it. They could say that. I have a different opinion on that scenario.
We know.
Time he was there was consumed in trying to get an Apple Vision Pro.
Any weird
That's
stories
insane
circulating?
that he spent a lot of time trying to do that, apparently. That's fucking weird.
iPad issue? He really wanted that iPad, huh?
Again, take
really
this all with a grain of salt, because these are current enough employees, or former enough current employees. Very weird. Don't take everything they say at face value.
It's
But that is what we've heard elsewhere,
Come
too.
on, it's still funny.
Yes. Yeah, no, I know.
or whatever of something Dawson did at the company, or?
I heard that he told the chef that his food was trash.
I heard that story too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
he, like,
weird.
denied it in a video afterwards, and I talked
Never
about
be
it.
mean to the chef.
Why?
I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, but I mean, maybe we could call him and see, like, hey, this is Emily from Ideation.
Hey, Emily, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Cool. Well, I'm here with Sagi. I wanted to ask you, I have a question to ask you about Dawson, but I want to make sure you're comfortable being recorded first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So
people just knew that this. So people at Mr. Beast Co. knew this video was coming. That's interesting. That's. Oh.
Just calling the chef up. That's crazy.
But not even that. The idea that people are being signed off to have these interviews from Mr. Beast Co. means that they were coached on what, in my opinion, were, again, my opinion.
My opinion is that the lawyer is
normal
off screen.
Yeah, they're literally off screen. Like there is a legal
right
team
there.
off screen. Be like,
But
this
also,
could be
it's
said,
pretty
this can't be
normal
said.
in a company. Let's be real. It's
Yes.
pretty normal in a company.
Yeah, and they would have been coached on what to say and what not to say. Somebody from legal is somewhere in this room right now.
They
I have
probably
no
feel
doubt.
confident enough with information that DOGPACK'S come out with being untrue or fabricated, or that they're okay with like letting people bag on him or allowed to reveal some of the working relationships that he had.
Yeah, 100%. They're like, oh, you could dog on him now.
His ass. It's fine.
Get him.
I heard a rumor circulating that Dawson told you that your food was trash. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was the first time I actually met him. It was kind of after his tour, of our studio and such, and he actually came over, tried some of the food that we had in the fridge, and then proceeded to tell me it tasted like shit, and that he wishes that we would cater more frequently.
Wow.
Which is fairly interesting because I'm not sure if I had introduced myself or maybe he just felt comfortable enough to tell me the food tasted like shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But that's kind of how it went. My first interaction with him, and then
what
other
a
than that,
dickhead!
I had no other interaction.
Don't be a dick to the chef. Don't be a dick to the chef.
This kid, this is his first job. I feel like this is his first job that he's ever been in, where this is like that they have catering, that there's like a food situation, and that is probably the last job he's gonna have that has that same situation. Because there's no way that you can exist in the working world, in the real world, treating people, anybody like that at any step of the way. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Killjoy, reminder, they have the demon lawyers. Yes, we know. That's insane. Also, this is, I guess, a
that's
post
unfortunate.
that he made. Sagi rode his high horse on the investigation integrity and then took Chucky's words as fact. I at least have the integrity to call allegations allegations. That's not true, dumb fuck. Oh, Falgi, DOGPACK worked for Mr. Beast from February. So we know it was not June 2024. It was at least March. He lied about the June part, so we do know it was at least earlier this year. Mr. Beast has security cameras all over Studio C. If they can find footage of me ever insulting the pref chef's cooking, I'll donate $1K to charity. Also,
from what money, bro?
Yeah. Also, what footage? Having security cameras doesn't necessarily mean that they're audio recordings. There are places that don't do audio recording. You got it from the Mr. Beast wiki. Yeah, no, I assumed.
It's a cope tweet.
It's just cope. Like, every tweet this fucker has made has been cope for the longest time, though.
I'm really sorry to hear that, but I disagree. I think your food is great.
Thank you so much.
Recently, there was this video that started getting some traction. One of the clinics where some of the eye surgeries were happening and helping 1,000 people see for the first time.
Where Mr. Beast blinded 100 people.
And they claimed that the Mr. Beast company hadn't paid for any of the surgeries yet.
Yeah.
Can you talk a bit about that?
Essentially, when we did that video, we worked with a third party. And that third party worked with a bunch of different organizations all around the world because we were trying to spread it as far as we could, multiple countries. Yeah. So we had one center third party that we were working with, and they kind of worked with all these. One of those organizations somewhere.
That's how this works. That's how philanthropy works.
Imagine.
What are your thoughts about the unblinding 1,000 people video? Because
it's performative.
It's performative, but it's also unblinding 1,000 people, but also they have to film it so that they can afford
blinding a thousand
videos,
people.
and then you know
so
what I mean?
so here's the thing. If it is charity that they're doing, it is a tax write-off.
Up to a certain extent.
Up to a certain extent.
And you help people buy it, so I don't care.
For
Is
every
it-
1,000 people
Yeah.
that Mr. Beast unblinds, he's going to blind 5,000 more.
it's like there are certain things that can be tax write-offs. So I have very weird feelings about doing charitable good for money. It's part of the things I do not like about Mr. Beast's content, but I'm vocal about that. But again, I don't.
The other aspect too, though, is like he's like showcasing this to hundreds of thousands of children too, like charity work.
So what
You know?
I'm taking away from this is that Falgi doesn't want blind people to not be.
He
able
wants to
see.
blind them himself.
He wants people
Falgi
to
literally
stay
He
blind.
wants to be holding the fire
Falgi
poker.
wants blind people to stay blind. That's what he's saying.
Was going to say, but what I did appreciate from the blinding thing was showing how cheap the surgery was. Introducing people to charity, specifically children, I mean, yes, I also do think it's an unreasonable look at charity, though. Personally speaking, like that's just me, because this is a guy with uber fuck off money. Again, we talked about at the top of the show. CoffeeZilla did a video on all the crypto shit. It's crypto shit. It's borderline, like, if the SEC looked into crypto shit, they'd be like, huh, you're not supposed to do half the things you're doing. But they don't really. I mean, not SEC, the Federal Trade Commission. But it's it's deregulated for a reason. For those reasons. But yeah, it is what it is.
Around the world didn't receive the compensation.
Oh, you
which
hate
we only
blind
worked with the
people.
third party. We paid them for 1,800 surgeries.
Oh, 1,800, so another 1,000.
Yeah. We kept going after 1,000. We just worked with them. And we did more than 1,000, but the title of 1,000 sounds a lot better. So we just says 1,000, and it looks good.
Yeah.
So he worked with that third party, and that third party, I don't know what communication error happened between them and the other organization, but some way or another that organization ended up not being funded properly. Okay. And then when it came across our desk that the missing loop happened, we just went around the third party we originally worked with to compensate them. Yeah. And they put out a video since talking about it.
We're doing a video where we're trying to help people walking.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Actively, partners have pulled out because of these videos. There are people who will not walk or will have to delay in them walking because of the videos that DOGPACK made. That was unironically, like I was getting pitched ideas like Jimmy trying.
That is a bit extreme.
Yeah. That's again.
I'm not sure how much I buy into that statement.
Brandy puts a very good point. My thing is charity is supposed to be anonymous, otherwise it negates the purpose of its and it's done for ego. It's supposed to be done for altruism's sake, not as a business strategy. That's my issue.
And I don't care as long as they really help people.
I think there's layers to it because I don't know if charity is meant to be anonymous, because then you don't, how do you give, you can't really thank an anonymous void for helping you and that type of thing. You know what I mean? I think there's layers.
There are layers. There are layers. I just personally, an entire channel based on like, oh, I did this big thing.
I don't know if you know, but I donate blood. That makes me a philanthropist.
It does. You're a sanguinist, is what.
No, but you said it, so now that nullifies it.
Yeah, it nullified it.
The devil.
So now I need to get that blood back.
You need to get it back right now.
Yeah.
Every drug in existence.
That was also like a serious idea that he had.
Yeah,
joke.
It again goes back to like the no, I'm joking. Because if I pitch you an idea of like Jimmy tries every drug and you're like, that's sick. I'm like, yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, but if I would go like, that's kind of weird.
I'd be like, whoa,
it's a joke.
You're taking that weird. I was just putting that in.
Killjoy, yes. Okay, so this is them trying to tie DOGPACK to damages. Defamation does cause charities to pull out, especially if rabid fan bases are attacking charities. Yeah. Oh yeah. The lawsuit is coming, brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
The lawsuit is here.
Could you
Sephiroth
imagine?
that's coming for Dog
Could you imagine Mr. Beast versus Rosanna Pansino Dog Pack 404?
That's happening. Oh, that's happening. Pansino is fucked.
Put it in your calendars. That's gonna be the name of the video.
Yeah.
That's gonna be year-long content for that. Like,
no, I'm not. We will touch it.
We'll be dead by then.
Ends.
No, I mean other people will cover it for one time.
Oh yeah,
like,
new channels will start based on that part of it.
New channels will start,
LawTuber, like
have a
law
life,
commentary
and die
channels?
in the length of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Law commentary will have a fucking field day.
The fact that damages haven't been calculated yet. Oh, it'll be great.
The damages are incalculable.
The first Opp Block 24-hour stream, fuck off, no. The moment this video ends, I'm going to bed.
As a joke, like that's crazy.
How in depth he went on like how viewer psychology works. So he
No,
obviously
it's
knows
like
how
almost
like
done.
every part of a video
We'll only have
can
a
manipulate the
24
viewer in
hours
some way
till
or
it
form.
comes
And you can
back.
see that both
Fuck
by that
off,
video
no.
he made to apply at the Mr. Beast channel, but also you can see that just in the videos he made. Yeah, you know, the Mr. Beast, the fraud videos and stuff. He accuses the Mr. Beast company of really trying to psychologically target children and like manipulate children. Is there any truth to that in the ideation team? And like, did he try to bring his like skills of a viewer psychology into ideation? Did he try to do
yes to that. Yes to trying to bring his skills of viewer psychology into ideation, and also trying to like bleed it over to creative.
Yeah.
So that way we could figure out like, okay, well, you know, psychologically a near miss is going to be the craziest thing that we could do here. We should do that, which he has on his like Miro boards, where it's like the exact things that he calls Jimmy out for. If he was here for longer than a month, he would know that we were actively working at aging up our content, because that was something that we were like very cognizant of. Is hey, we should make our content something that is appealing and enjoyable to like people who are older. Like, who are the people that aren't watching our videos? Probably 30 to 40 to 50 to even 60-year-olds. How do we make our videos enjoyable for those guys? So we're hitting a general audience. Now you can argue, yeah, a general audience.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm about to
we
say,
need to make a
like,
video.
there was
There's
the cottage
no way,
industry
like-
of watching DOGPACK'S show up in a suit 3 sizes too big. No, Rosanna will buy her baby boy a new suit.
Aging up will just be Jimmy doing like he'll just join commentary.
Oh my god. Do you think wait. Do you think DOGPACK is gonna do like the predator defense thing? Where like they come to court and each time they come to court, they show up more destitute over a period of time. Like when Harvey Weinstein was showing up to court and each
In a
time
walker?
Oh,
and
no
he
walker,
couldn't
yeah.
fucking stand. And
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I'm so weak, guys. Like, the fuck off, you stupid piece of shit.
I don't care that you have cancer.
I hope you die, bastard. Fucking Harvey Weinstein.
Video that like a 10-year-old
Not you, DOGPACK. You suffer for the rest of your life.
and a 90-year-old can understand. Which is the same for the challenges that we have to do in videos like that anyways. When we do a video like ages 1 to 100, fight for blah, 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 we have to make a challenge so simple to understand and easy to process that a literal 1-year-old and a 99 to 100-year-old can understand. Like, we need to keep that in mind. That's just generalizing.
Is Mr. Beast evil?
I went all the way
The
from America and
Antichrist.
back, and all I gotta show for it is this ugly plushie and this fart gun from Minions.
I don't
And
know. Don't do
the
that.
interviews I held, by the way, which did clarify a lot. I think I personally finally realized how big of a company and how many people actually work at Mr. Beast. It's not like a small 10 people thing as it was a few years ago. And I'm glad that the interviews clarified Jake Weddle's experience and didn't end up invalidating his personal perspective, but did add some context that it might have not been the challenge that was terrible, but he himself wasn't mentally in the best state in life at that point. But there's one more thing I have to clarify for everyone, and that is the illegal lottery number 1. But there's one more thing
Hold up. These are
that was
some
terrible, but he
things-
himself
This is from Stucky's video that's been referenced a couple different times. Jake Weddle, is it common to feel like on the top of the world and at rock bottom at the same time for like a year?
wasn't mentally.
Yes.
Getting a targeted ad for online therapy after several depressing weeks in a row, several depressing tweets in a row is the only example of capitalism working.
In the best state in life at that point.
Lately, I've been so confused. My thought and my emotions have been all over the place, and the isolating isn't helping. So this was around 2020. Jake was very unwell at the time. It appears it could have been linked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm trying to like even give him niceties.
But there's one more thing I have to clarify
Yeah.
for everyone, and that is the illegal lottery number 1, which on my flight back, I finally found some proof that the first illegal lottery was in fact illegal. There was no
great.
purchase necessary in the description, no mention of it at all. Yeah, it was illegal. And personally, Jimmy has to own up for it. Either by donating the amount of profit he made in that live stream to a charity, or by refunding everyone who bought a shirt in that stream. But that's like so many years ago, so I don't know if that's a possibility. Or do a giveaway live stream where everything is given away for free, with no merch sales attached. However, I do also want to note that most YouTubers, including me, didn't know that you could do something like an illegal lottery. So since only the first one was illegal, I feel like it might have been a mistake. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. Just as the question if Mr.
I kind of agree with that. It's like it's a weird thing to like, because if the other two weren't illegal, it means they were working with some, or if the other two were on the up and up in a way, it seems like they tried to fix things, or maybe somebody caught on, or maybe it was an error. It's really weird that the first one was fucked, but the other two were fine. It's weird.
Just as evil isn't for me to say, but that is again for you, the viewer, to decide. Because there is some shit that he should be criticized for and has to be looked into. I know CoffeeZilla is doing an investigation into his crypto stuff, and once that releases, I hope that clarifies some things. Because
it really didn't.
It didn't.
Yeah, I could look.
I heard it was boring. I heard it was boring as fuck.
It was boring. Numbers, I couldn't keep track of it.
It's not necessary. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily boring. Again, it's just like, Mr. Beast has a hedge fund, but Mr. Beast and somebody that buys crypto for him. However, Mr. Beast is involved in his finances because he gets like direct, Jimmy is crypto hedge fund. But he also has like direct contact with like movers and shakers in the crypto space. So like they'll reach out to him the same way they reach out to Jake Paul, being like, you should get on this coin quick. It'll rise and fall. Which is, hey, not the greatest thing to admit to. But again, in the span of crypto, not necessarily illegal. So, like every rich person, like that's the thing. It's like, the rich stay richer. I don't know what to tell you.
Those are some serious allegations. And that wasn't of like stupid.
And then there was other stuff that no rug pull could be tied to Jimmy. That was, CoffeeZilla did refute a couple different things. It was that there's nothing that is directly tied to Jimmy's involvement or Jimmy promoting something very specific to pull out of something.
Adolescent Jimmy, 19 years old, and hiring someone without doing background checks, that was like 3 years ago, way more recent, that he should be held accountable for if he did commit crimes with crypto. So yeah, go check CoffeeZilla's video on that once it released.
Cool anime girls. The thing is that he's not talking to his fans getting into crypto, right?
I would say maybe not directly.
It's yes with an asterisk because he talks. So I knew Jimmy was a crypto bro before all this shit popped off because I heard a random interview with him in it, and he talks about finances and being financially like all of his money goes to investment shit. There's two. Yes, there are tweets that he responded to twice, and it was like a bit earlier, like I think it's like 2021 if I remember correctly, with brands he was associated with. Yes and no, it's multi-layered. If you are somebody who's following Jimmy the person as an adult because you believe and you want to know more about how he got rich, you are a fan of his and he is promoting these things. It's not he's not promoting it to the kids, nor is it on the main channel or on secondary channels. So meh.
It's also tough because he's Mr. Beast and the company is Mr. Beast. So there's like a cutoff between what the company is producing and what the company would showcase to the audience being kids, and then what the individual audiences of Jimmy or the followers of Jimmy personally, and if they specifically are interested in what he does to get rich. Not necessarily get rich quick, but what he's doing to make money.
Yes,
and, that,
how to
those
sustain
are
it.
kind of separate.
And that's the other thing too. And I think that this is this part of the criticizing is very apt to say it's Mr. Beast is a larger entity than people realize, but that's because in the realm of YouTube, people don't look at companies the same way. You know, I don't think even Smosh or Good Mythical Morning, you know, media companies that have a lot of employees, even Miss Shinema in its heyday, or Rooster Teeth, you know, they were very large companies. I don't think they were large like Mr. Beast. I don't think they are large like Mr. Beast is.
No, absolutely not.
Where they're having
Mr.
food
Beast.
deals and other things. Like this is a monolith within the industry.
Mr. Beast is bigger than Jimmy. Jimmy is almost no longer Mr. Beast exclusively.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very apt, and I think that's.
I'd say he's barely even associated with the brand anymore. He's just the face of it who appears.
Yeah, I mean, I would disagree. I would say that he's still associated with the brand, because he is the face. I don't think.
I mean, I guess what I mean by that is how much like real input does he have?
Oh, he has real input.
You think so?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. He owns. I think he still owns his company. He has enough input. That's not the issue. The issue is this is a company where video ideas don't just come from Jimmy. They come from a conglomerate of people that they trust, employees that they believe. One of which was Jake Whittle at a time. So it's, you know what I mean? Like it's like there were employees. And those employees are not on-camera talent anymore. That's another thing, you know. And it's things that people like Smosh or Good Mythical Morning or some of these other media companies, their on-camera talent are not, you know, just the idea people. There are idea people that don't go on camera. That's something that they all share in common. But Mr. Beast is an identity that a lot of people follow to. And so they, again, it's why the Ava Chris Tyson stuff was taken so seriously, because they see them as a pillar of Mr. Beast Co., which they were. I don't know how involved they were financially speaking or managerial speaking. Like, obviously they were talent and they probably had a larger role because they were a talent for a long time, but like that's one of those things.
I couldn't really investigate the crypto stuff because I don't know shit about crypto, and I didn't want to be hypocritical like DOGPACK and talk about shit I don't know anything about. Because that's basically what Dawson has been doing for the past few months. I feel like Jimmy has to become way more transparent because that is how he got in all this trouble in the first place. They really have to start a Mr. Beast behind the scenes channel to upload behind the scenes footage there. And stop with the deceptive shit. When you do a sponsor read, don't make the yellow bar go real fast at the start to make the viewer believe that, you know, oh, this advertisement isn't going to take long, I won't skip over it. But then at the end of it, make the visual
skip every ad
timers suddenly run way slower. That's not just deceptive, I think that's pretty disrespectful towards your audience. And I know that there are still questions that you guys probably have with stuff that I just couldn't address because there is so much, but I can forward you to some other people who have talked about stuff that I might have forgotten in this video. You know, if you want to know some more about Beast Games and the Beast Games lawsuit, definitely check out Stucky's channel. He did a great deep dive on that, and I made many other videos on the whole DOGPACK Mr. Beast situation. Okay. And again, once CoffeeZilla's investigation on the crypto stuff is out there, I highly recommend you to go watch that, because that'll clarify a lot of stuff that I don't know anything about. Because I trust those investigative creators 10,000 times more than I do Dawson. Instead of having competent people investigate serious accusations, he's just been throwing baseless shit at the wall and hoping some stuff sticks with the audience. He is incompetent, petty, a liar.
Yeah, this is just, he's a disgruntled employee. Like, that's all it is. Like, he's
deceptive,
just disgruntled.
And after all this, I just know that he is a disgruntled employee. I've been investigating this for like the past 3 months, and I really hope that I was able to answer some.
This was a really good video. so weird that this essentially got stealth dropped today. This is again by Sagi Cereal. I know that this guy's been kind of popping off recently. This was a really good investigation into just who DOGPACK is. It's really interesting. Oh no, don't do that. It was dropped at a weird time as well. It's hilarious that Rosanna isn't even important enough to be mentioned a whole lot. Yeah, I think it's just because like Rosanna doesn't really add anything to the story, in my opinion. Rosanna doesn't do anything for the story. Again, I don't believe that Rosanna, as well as in my opinion, Jake Weddle are victims of DOGPACK. I do believe that they are they're co-conspirators in a lot of ways. And I know the legal system would look at it that way. So, to my co-host, final thoughts.
I don't think this is over yet. I
No.
still feel like DOGPACK'S got more bullshit left in him to talk about.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna reply to this. He's gonna reply.
Of course.
It's gonna,
You know
it's
what?
gonna be a lot of code, but yes.
Let's see if he has. On the off chance that he has. He probably
on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
check.
I think he's gonna try to spin this in some way, but honestly, I honestly don't think he'll shut up until one of two things happen. One, Mr. Beast's lawyers were like, we're gonna come after you, which will literally terrify him into silence. Or two, this guy releases the entire fucking phone call that got him fired.
Yeah, from what I can see, the only real thing that he has responded to was the CoffeeZilla stuff. Again, I don't see the CoffeeZilla stuff as a nothing burger as much as it is like, if you're gonna shit on crypto, it's just an unregulated market that needs to be regulated. It's just been my issue from it for an entire time.
I hope everyone gets sued.
Yeah, I do agree.
Everyone's getting sued.
I do agree. That's all right. I think that's a really interesting take that I don't disagree with. DOGPACK is going to say something like, oh, Sagi went to the company to pick up his check or some shit like that. At this point, you can't. Yeah, you can assume that he's going to say some shit like that. It's just like, yeah. The lawyer stuff has started. DOGPACK and Dawson French has been sent to cease and desist already. Yeah, we knew that. It's a good name. It's a good video, but just hard for people who don't understand crypto. Yeah, again, it is a good video. It's not like it's a bad video. It's just CoffeeZilla is very honest that none of this is really conclusive of anything, of any legal wrongdoing. Ethically, morally, maybe. Legal, not so much. But yeah, I think Sagi did a really good job at looking at a lot of the particulars of what made Dawson DOGPACK really just bad at telling the story, really reckless at telling the story, and by not reaching out to people really fucked it up. I think something really interesting too, right? The guy who still befriended Jake Weddle, I kind of feel like if DOGPACK had actually fucking tried that, he would have gotten that interview. It's really interesting that he never tried it for maybe obvious reasons. Again, I do think DOGPACK needs to answer for the fact that the people he specifically targeted in the now deleted video, or the now unlisted video, excuse me, were all the people in the room that he was getting fired by. I need to know why. That is an actual serious that's a serious oversight that he did not express, and it makes you seem crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's show. Thank you guys so much for showing. It is currently 4:21, and I have to go see people in about
Still
4 hours.
27 people at like 3:30 a.m.
Thank you guys so much for coming out here. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. If this is your first time here, please join our Discord. It's so much. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. We do know that there are other people streaming right now. I know that Cope and Seed is still streaming, so if you guys want to go over there,
streaming. Jesus Christ,
brother, he started streaming at 1. He started.
I know. Like, is this
well, not his
morning? This is morning for him. Whatever.
Guten morning. But if you guys want to go over and support the Discord, thank you so much. Like and subscribe to the streams. Thank you. If you want to support us, you can always support us at our Stream Elements page that you can find above, or at our Ko-Fi. You can donate money. Thank you guys so much. It's been nice to having you around. You are all lovely, beautiful people. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.